Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Arizona.
Well, the desert, and it is hot, as you might expect. Diamondbacks baseball presented by Bluebell Ice Cream. And tonight, it's the opening game of a 3-game weekend series between division rivals, the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies. Let's take a look first at the National League West standings. The Giants sitting 4 in front of the Diamondbacks at the start of play tonight, while the Rockies trail the Diamondbacks by 6 full games. Here at Chase Field, along with Mark Grace, I'm Greg Schulte. Darren's got the weekend off. And Gracie, the Diamondbacks right now in a stretch of 15 consecutive ball games where they're playing National League West rivals.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks, Greg, is really going to tell where the Diamondbacks are going to end up in this season, because you may not catch the Giants in these next 2 weeks, but one thing you can do is you can separate yourselves from the rest of the Western Division. And it can start right now with the Colorado Rockies, but also what you can do, you can make this a 2-team race. That's your goal in the next 2 weeks. You want to make it a 2-team race between the San Francisco Giants and yourselves, the Diamondbacks.
For those series the Diamondbacks will play will be teams trailing them in the division, with, of course, the Giants leading the National League West. As far as pitching tonight, well, an 11-game winner pitched last night. He won his 11th. Ian Kennedy tonight for the Diamondbacks, going for number 11. Daniel Hudson.
Yeah, Daniel Hudson has just been terrific. I don't think anybody's surprised at all, Greg. Since he's come over from the Chicago White Sox, he has just been terrific. He got off to a rough start this year, no question about that, losing his first 5 ball games. But since then, he has been stellar. He has been Daniel Hudson. He's using that terrific fastball. He's locating it very well. And, of course, everybody knows about the devastating changeup as well.
The guy can hit, too.
Yeah, he's a really good hitter.
His bound opponent tonight will be Aaron Cook, who's looking for his first win since September of last year. He's 0-5 this season. Well, the Diamondbacks and Rockies getting ready to go at it here. Brad Steinke is standing by. Got our next segment. He'll take a look at the pitching matchups in this series. 3 big games here at Chase Field. No Carlos Gonzalez for the Rockies. He's been DL'd. Brad will have more on that and the pitching matchups when we return. Stay with us. By Gila River Casinos. Play slots with your Players Club card at any Gila River Casino and win up to $20,000 instantly. By Jack in the Box for a limited time. Jack's really big chicken sandwich back for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. And by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, no blackout dates.
It is a Friday night in downtown Phoenix, game one of a three-game series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Rockies from Colorado. The guys talked about the great pitching matchup tonight, but the rest of the series has some pretty interesting matchups as well. Tonight it's Hudson against Cook, but tomorrow it's the Tomahawk. As Josh Kallmenter, the right-hander, goes up against Jason Hamill. That should be an interesting matchup. We come on the air at 4:30 on Fox Sports Arizona. And then on Sunday, we got the news today that Micah Owens will get the start against Ubaldo Jimenez. Jimenez's name has been thrown around as possible trade bait. So some great matchups, all righties this weekend. It should be interesting to see, but Hudson coming off that fantastic effort, his second complete game of his young career. He'll face Cook tonight, looking for his first win of the season. But coming up, it's all about the NL West these days for the Arizona Diamondbacks. 15 straight headed their way, all inside the division. The Governor and Gracie have the call on Fox Sports Arizona in just a bit.
Here along with his teammates, shooting for win number 11 tonight, and the Diamondbacks trying to win a second consecutive game. Jim Tracy got the glasses on tonight. Didn't have enough contact solution, so he's
I know how he feels.
10th season as skipper, and he's done a very nice job, of course, with the Rockies. Let's take a look at his lineup tonight. And it goes Fowler, Ellison, Helton, Tulowitzki, the cleanup hitter, Smith, Wigginton, Spilborgh's in left, Carlos Gonzalez out of there, Ionetta catching, and Aaron Cook pitching. And Carlos Gonzalez, Gracie, a freak injury yesterday, but was on top of an injury he already had.
Yeah, just swinging the bat, and that right wrist just somehow, some way ended up getting injured, and injured badly enough that he's going to have to at least miss a couple of weeks. That is a huge, huge blow to the Colorado Rockies, because Carlos Gonzalez was starting to come around and starting to get real hot.
He, like Tulowitzki, well, Tulowitzki got off to a quick start. Cargo has really been coming along, and that's a big bat to have out of their lineup. Arizona Ford presents the numbers, and they're pretty good on this kid pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Daniel Hudson. He's just been here a little over a year. In fact, he hasn't even been here a year yet. He came over at the trade deadline last season, and you can see those numbers right there. Only 7 home runs allowed. And
for a power pitcher, that's saying something.
Yeah.
That means you're keeping the ball down. You're not only throwing hard, but you're keeping the ball down.
He is 6-2 this season here at Chase Field with a 2.80 ERA. That's saying something right there.
Yeah, everybody says this is a hitter's ballpark. Well, Daniel Hudson, he thinks it's a pitcher's ballpark because he happens to pitch really well here.
Leading off, it is Dexter Fowler, the switch-hitting center fielder, who spent a little time in the minor leagues, and he's back up now. And the first pitch of the night, it's outside, and we are underway. Fowler went to the minor leagues last season, came back, swung the bat well, and the Rockies were hoping for the same success here in 2011 as he takes a strike.
Ron Culpa, the home plate umpire, raises that right arm on that outside corner fastball.
And that's fouled back. First 6 games back since returning from Colorado Springs. 6 hits, including 5 on Tuesday and Wednesday for Fowler. He stole home yesterday.
Well, the key to attacking this lineup is you have to retire Dexter Fowler. If he gets on base, he steals bases and he scores.
A lot of triples in his career, too. He takes one outside. 2-2. Crowd still making its way in here on a Friday night. First to 3 with Colorado, and this long homestand will then come to an end. Foul back again. Nothing's changed for the Diamondbacks tonight, with the exception of the pitcher.
That's very kind of you, sir. We all are.
Yeah, I hope Steven gets well and gets back on the playing field soon next year. There's a pitch outside, and the count's run full on Fowler here, 3-2. The Rockies come in here 5 games below 500. 21-26 on the road, and a swinging strike 3, and that's the way this one begins. Let's take a look at the D-backs defense for you tonight. At outfield, Parra, Young, and Upton, left to right. Third to first around the infield, Blum, Bloomquist, and Allen. And the battery of Montero and Hudson. Willie Bloomquist's second consecutive start at short, Gracie, in the absence now of Stephen Drew.
Well, he's going to be called upon to bear the brunt of shortstop so far this year, and replacing Stephen Drew earlier in the season when Stephen Drew missed the first week of the season. He's been terrific. There's
Cody Ransom.
Yeah,
he should be smiling.
35 years of age, just got called up. Strike 2 on a beautiful changeup from Daniel Hudson.
This is pretty good hitter that the Rockies, pretty good everyday player that the Rockies picked up in Mark Ellis.
Now, like Mark Ellis, the best way to describe him, he's a professional. Yeah. In the locker room and on the field.
And that one was in on him, and it was one of those get-off-me swings.
Fastball running right in on his belly button. Yeah. That was just self-preservation right there on that swing, but he lives to see another pitch.
Ellis was traded to the Rockies while the Diamondbacks were in Oakland playing interleague ball. And he's been a hot hitter for him. That one's bounced off the glove, and that's going to go for an infield knock. Hudson went up into the air, had to deflect off his glove, and once it did that, there was no chance for anybody to make a play.
Yeah, Hudson will be disappointed in that. Just what would have been a very easy out ends up being a base hit, and you can that Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson made a movie about that subject.
White man can't jump. Didn't think I knew it, did
I don't think you could have slipped a Kraft single under his feet there.
Here is Todd Helton, the veteran, and he takes a ball outside. Now, one other good number on Hudson this season. He's dialed up 12 ground ball double plays. And he's got a candidate here if he can get Helton to hit it on the ground at somebody.
At 38 years of age, Todd Helton having his best season, Greg Schulte, since 2005. How about that?
Well, you know, that's not surprising. He's a veteran, got a lot of pride, plays the game hard, plays it the right way. For the most part, he's been healthy all season. And when he's been healthy, Gracie, he's been one of the best to play the game.
There you go. You see what everybody thought was the declining Todd Helton, but not this year. He is certainly 324. That's just impressive.
And he's got himself almost at the 300 at-bat mark for the season. So that in itself tells you that He's playing a lot of baseball here in 2011.
Still plays a Gold Glove caliber defense.
Ellis's lead, and Helton fouls one back and out of play. 1-2 the count. Big win for the Diamondbacks last night. A shutout win, their 8th shutout win of the year.
How about the only 2 wins in that split against the Brewers were 2 shutouts?
That's a tough team to shut down.
Exactly. Josh Coleman and Ian Kennedy were the 2 culprits as far as those shutouts are concerned.
And they're sharing their shutout story right now. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Helton, and that just misses a bit outside. Maybe a little high, 2-2.
And I think also lost in that split series with the Brewers was, even though in a loss, Joe Saunders was awfully good a couple of nights ago, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been great for his last, 13 or 14 games started. Outside 3-2, so the second full count that Hudson has had and 3 batters faced.
I would imagine Mark Ellis going to be on the move at first base. Todd Helton, even though he's got the career slugging numbers, he's not an easy guy to strike out. Always been a difficult guy to strike out. So I would imagine Ellis on the move here.
Short lead by Ellis, and he runs, and Helton takes ball 4 low, and Tulowitzki's going to come up with 2 on and only 1 out in the opening inning. Now, at times this season, especially early on, the first inning has been difficult for Hudson.
I think that botched play off the bat of Mark Ellis when what should have been a routine comebacker went off the end of his glove and it went for a base hit. You know, Daniel pitches with an edge. He pitches angry.
Yeah.
But it's to his good that he does. I think he's a very good pitcher when he's angry. I think he got angry with himself. He lost a little focus on Todd Helton. Now he faces a very dangerous Troy Tulowitzki here with first and second and just 1 out.
Hitting .277, and he'll take a pitch outside, ball 1. Tulowitzki, 18 homers, 64 runs batted in. .94 games played. You can see the slugging percentage just a tick under 500. There's short, and a dandy he is. And that one runs in on him, and it's 2-0. Tulowitzki has hit into 14 double plays. That leads Colorado.
Yeah, I think a good trip to the mound here by Miguel Montero. Right now, Daniel Hudson's in some bad rhythm. I think he let that comebacker upset him a little bit, and he's kind of forgotten what needs to be done now out there as far as mechanically. Montero saw a little flaw, maybe a little too much anger in Daniel Hudson. All right, let's calm down a little bit here. We got this plus 8 more innings we got to deal with, so let's get back your focus. Because if you make a mistake to this guy, it's going to be 3-0.
You see that 0.61 average. That's 2 for 33 against the Diamondbacks. 0 for 13 here at Chase Field. You can look at that 1-2 ways. And that's a strike, and it's 2-1. Always dangerous. I don't care if he's 0 for his last 30.
I don't like seeing that because that means he's due to break out.
That's an in first inning trouble here. Deflected base hit off of his glove, and then a walk to Helton. Only 1 man out. And the pitch, and that's ball 3 inside. 3-1. Seth Smith, the right fielder and a left-handed batter, is looming on deck to bat next. The Rockies have scored 17 runs over the first 2 innings since the All-Star break. So they've been scoring early in games. Trying to break out on top here against Hudson. Full count now, 3-2. Are you sending the runners now, Grayson?
I do not. Not in this situation. I let my cleanup hitter pick the pitch he wants. That looked like a changeup, didn't it? 3-1 changeup right on the button for strike 2. I leave him be, and I let Troy Tulowitzki pick out the pitch he wants and not be forced to maybe swing at a close pitch because the runners are on the move.
Hudson with yet another 3-2 count, is the third of the inning. Payoff pitch and a shot to left center, and that is going to be caught by Young on a nice play. And back to second goes Ellis, back to first Helton. And Tulowitzki almost found the gap out there, but CY cut it down with a great running catch in left center.
Boy, that ball had Gapper written all over it, Greg. Chris Young coming out of nowhere, reaches that long left arm out there. and snares what would have been 2 RBIs from Troy Tulowitzki. What a super play there, and a big play early in the game by Chris Young.
A huge right there. You see Ellis taking a look. He was a little undecided. And now here is Smith, left-handed hitter, hitting .296. And a swing and a miss on the change, strike one.
Seth Smith, a very good fastball hitter, so Daniel Hudson knew that. Threw him a beautiful change up to jump ahead. Seth Smith.
That's hard to say.
How would Sylvester the Cat say that?
Fuffern Fuffertash. Is that what he used to say? There's a foul back.
Seth Smith.
0-2 the count here. Rockies threatening. Opening inning. Hudson trying to put that threat to rest. Smith this month, runners in scoring position, 2 for 21. On 0-2. Foul back.
Let's take a look at that Chris Young catch again. Just watch off the crack of the bat. Chris Young is full speed within 2 steps. That's a gapper. That's definitely a gapper. No, it's not.
And knowing the angle he had to take to get
You're
to
exactly
that ball.
right, Greg. The perfect angle with speed, and then the catch was not easy as well. It was a difficult catch as well. Just a huge play early in the ball game.
Smith a foul down the left field line. That's going to drift back into the seats. Blum gives chase, but no play. Well, the one thing the Rockies have done here in this opening inning, they have succeeded in getting a rather high pitch count for Hudson. He is up near 30. You normally don't like throwing that many pitches in the first inning.
That's exactly right. There's been some full counts. There's already been 3 3-ball counts as well. And then the extra hitter on that little comebacker that ended up being a base hit.
Smith's fouled a couple back on an 0-2 count, and he laid off there. He almost did not, but he checked his swing. 1-2. The Diamondbacks are 6-3 against this Rockies team in 2011. They have not met since May. They're 2-1 here against the Rockies at Chase. The 1-2 pitch, and that's a little low, 2-2. So the deuces are wild. 2 on and 2 out, and a 2-2 count on the hitter.
Pitch number 30 of this inning coming right here. Make it a good one, Daniel.
Smith digging in. Hudson ready to deliver. On 2-2. And a Tapper foul again. A lot of foul balls in this inning. The Rockies are just starting a long road trip through Arizona, LA, and San Diego. They got off to a tremendous start on the road this year, but they've fallen 5 games below 500 on the road. And they're only 26-26 at the friendly confines of Coors Field. Strike, got him looking. Well,
fastball into freezing.
Took a lot of pitches, but he got the job done without any damage. Rockies lead 2. Aaron Cook in the bottom of the first. No score here at Chase. They go 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Time now for the Diamondbacks lineup, brought to you by Southwest. Bloomquist, Johnson, and Upton. Young in the cleanup spot, followed by Montero, Blum, Allen, Parr, and Hudson. A lot of left-handers in there against the right-hander Aaron Cook. And the reason being, lefties have hit Cook at a .390 clip this year. Right-handers have hit him at .304.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, certainly, for Aaron Cook. And a lot of people inside the Rockies organization think he may be pitching for, well, his Colorado Rocky life here this evening.
He throws down low ball one. Good double play guy over his career. And he's had some decent seasons with the Rockies, but he's been injury prone. And he throws a strike 1-1 on Willie Bloomquist.
One of the real good guys in the game, too, Aaron Cook. Been around a long time now.
Yeah.
And as you said, he's fought through a lot of injuries as that one's driven to center.
And with a beat on it, Dexter Fowler out there, and he's got one out. And Kelly Johnson coming to the plate. Kelly kept driving the left field. I teased him before the ballgame. I said, you were bound determined to get one over Braun's head last night. And he finally did.
That was the fourth fly ball left he hit last night. That one went over the boards. The rest of them went to the track in left, but he finally got one over Ryan Braun's head, and that was a huge couple insurance runs the D-backs got last night.
And Gracie, who leads the Diamondbacks in home runs?
Kelly Johnson.
How many?
He's got now 17.
Yep. He hits this one down the left field line out play. Hitting the ball like that to left field, which he and Montero did a very good job of last night, tells you he's starting to lock in a little bit.
That's exactly right. He's not a 220 hitter. He's better than a 220 hitter. And I think a lot of people are really looking to Kelly Johnson to provide what Stephen Drew cannot provide anymore, and that's a little left-handed sock along with Miguel Montero in the lineup now without Stephen.
Well, the Diamondbacks since the All-Star break have hit only .207. Yet they've won 4 games, 4-3. Kelly hits one on the ground, and nice play by Helton. And he'll throw 2. Cook covering the bag. 4 out number 2. That ball was hit on the nose.
Boy, he makes it look easy over there, doesn't Todd Helton?
Doesn't have the range. He didn't have great range, but not nearly the range he once had. But anything within his arm's length, he's going to corral.
Just made a very difficult play look very easy. They lovingly call him the Todd Father up there in the Colorado area.
And he's wearing some kind of number 17.
Well, he is so much better than I ever was.
Here's Upton now.
I'm proud that he wears 17.
Absolutely. It's always a good story. There's a ball to Justin. Justin 5 hits in his last 3 games now. So I think he got a little do-over after the All-Star break. He was just so heavily involved.
Went hitless in the Dodgers series and then came back and swung the bat well against the Brewers.
Boy, he was right on that pitch, but he fouled it back. Here it is last night, Gracie.
3-0 count.
Greinke never did look, did he?
A pitcher knows.
Yeah, there's some kind of a sound off the bat that is a telling tale. That one's hit foul down the right field line. Justin hitting .286 on the year. He got up to the 300 mark. Remember, he was around .240 at one point. 58 runs scored. The RBI total not really where you would want it to be at 48, but the Diamondbacks have several players that are in the 40s and Young at 50 RBIs. Now one of those is gone for the year in Drew. Upton a foul away. I wonder how much bubble gum Justin chews over the course of a season. He really works it, doesn't he?
Sometimes in mid-swing he's blowing a bubble.
Yeah. Taking his lead off the bases. Scoring a run, I've seen him blowing a bubble. Chris Iannetta behind the plate blocking that ball, and it rolls away. Iannetta's name is being thrown about. Trade rumors. Two quick outs here for Aaron Cook. And a broken background ball that's off the glove of the third baseman Wigginton. And Upton is on with a single with 2 men out. The bat was going down, though. The barrel of the bat broken. Along with the baseball, Wigginton tried to backhand it. And it skipped off his glove.
Off the end of the bat it goes. The bat shatters and starts heading towards Wigginton as well. Then the in-between hop, he just couldn't snare it to the backhand side. And that'll go as a base hit for Justin Upton. And an opportunity for Chris Young to give the Diamondbacks the lead here early.
CY getting 259. Last 11 games, he's gone 11 for 38. 16 home runs on the year. 11 of those have come here at Chase Field. Upton, the top base stealer on the team with 14. Cook has allowed 1 steal, 1 caught stealing. Outside ball 1. I'm glad you're with us here tonight. 5:10 tomorrow night first pitch. 1:10 Sunday afternoon, and this long homestand will come to an end. And as we talked about in the open, 15 consecutive games within the National League West for the D-backs. The 3 here, and then the trips into San Diego, LA, and San Francisco. And then LA when we come back home to open a homestand. Diamondbacks are 14 and 15 in the West. They've only played 29 games in the division. Tells you they got a lot of games to be played within the division over the final 63.
And they've really put themselves in good position, Greg, to make a charge in the West. This is where you make charges. Beat on the ones in your own division, and you'll see just how quickly the standings will turn around.
Upton will draw through and get back in.
Like I said, this is an opportunity in these 3 games to put some distance between yourselves and the Colorado Rockies.
And the Rockies understand the road trip that they are on. If they end their season.
Yeah, and a lot of guys will be, there's 4 or 5 guys that could be wearing different uniforms at the end of the week.
Trade deadline on the 31st, a week from Sunday. Young, a fly ball to center for Fowler. He's coming on, still coming on, still coming on, and has it. No runs, a hit, and a man left after 1. Here at Chase, there's no score. Taking an extra base hit, couple of RBIs away from Tulowitzki in the first inning. Flashback to May 25th. Diamondbacks are up 2-0 in their ball game in the 8th inning, and he hauls this one in off the bat of the guy at the plate, Ty Wigginton. He can catch him, can he?
He's turned himself into a Gold Glove caliber center fielder. Now it's just a matter of time before the rest of America takes notice, because he's one of the really great ones out there.
Swing and a miss by Wigginton, who's been a lifelong Diamondback blaster. This guy has always hit against the D-backs in his career. Doesn't matter what uniform he's got on either. He's had a few on. Hudson could use a quick inning. Threw 31 pitches in the first frame. Wigginson's career average against the Diamondbacks is .375. Only Manny Ramirez at .411 and Aubrey Humph at .376 have hit better, with a minimum of at least 100 at bats.
Gas. Right by him, strike 3. There's one quick out.
And that's the third strikeout for Hudson on the night. Just blew it by him.
Yeah, just threw a belt tie right down the middle and right by him.
Now Ryan Spilborghs, who gets a start in left tonight with Carlos Gonzalez in the DL. In case you missed the news, Gonzalez on the 15-day DL with a strained right wrist. They'll rest it for a few days and watch the progress. The one thing they were delighted about, it was nothing worried or worse than the strain. There's always that fear, Gracie, when you go and have that MRI that something else might pop up. Into left center. A little easier for Young this time. Number 2.
He controls that pasture out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does. The roster move, the Rockies have called up a familiar name, Eric Young Jr. There's Carlos Gonzalez.
Well, it puts a big dent in their lineup, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really
not
does.
Having that guy. We saw it for 4 games when the Milwaukee Brewers did not have Ryan Braun against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And there you see the move.
And not having Carlos Gonzalez, I mean, he's just such a versatile player. He can play all 3 outfield positions. He can hit and hit for power. He's got speed. He's just he's the total package.
He really is. And you know it's eating on him, being in uniform but not being able to play. Just like it's eating on Stephen Drew following his ankle surgery. There's a foul by Iannetta. So we've got an EY in each dugout tonight. Eric Young, Curley in the Diamondback dugout with the defense on the field. He's their first base coach. And there's EY Jr. Seniors directing traffic. Can't say enough about this Diamondback coaching staff under Kurt Gibson, the job that they have done with this ball club. From before spring training started, through spring training, here into the season, they have been outstanding. Just what the old doctor ordered. Strike 3 call.
That was a little slider right to the outside corner. And that one just buckled Iannetta. That's the easy inning you were looking for, Greg.
4 strikeouts. 20 pitches. 10. explain it with the roof open, but it's way too hot for that. But isn't that a great ballpark?
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Have you gotten one of those little replicas over the years at Chase Field? The little.
I have, as a matter of fact. And
nice little collector's item.
It's no longer a collector's item because my sons just destroyed it within about 2 days of it coming home.
They wanted to see if the roof opened. Right?
Exactly. Here, let's see if it can withstand a stomp.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess it can. Aaron Cook back to work. He had a pretty quick first inning. Only needed 16 pitches. Did give up a hit. Montero, Blum, and Allen in the inning. Miggy hit a home run last night, his 11th of the year. And he, like Johnson, a couple of hits to the opposite field last night, left field, including the home run.
Now, Miguel Montero becoming, along with Brian McCann of the Atlanta Braves, becoming the class of catchers in the National League as far as offense is concerned. You've got Yadier Molina and some terrific defensive catchers, but Montero and McCann, and of course Buster Posey, but Buster Posey has only been doing it for 1 year, and of course he's going to miss this year.
There's a line drive, and that's a base hit into right center by Montero. Smith had him shaded that way.
3-0 swinging.
Back in.
3-0 swinging, leading off the inning, and he just bangs it out into right center field on a line.
Well, if you're going to take a 3-0 swing, that's the kind of swing you want to see.
That's exactly. You want it to be pulled, and you want it to be hit hard. It was hit hard and pulled. Very well done by Montero.
And now Jeff Blum will step to the plate. Blum, switch hitter, really kind of going through spring training right now. Missed 92 games. He's had a couple of hits since coming back, including one last night. Ball one, Cook falls behind. No score here, second inning. And this is game number 100 tonight. We've hit the century mark.
Kirk Gibson can spin his managerial wheels here, Greg. Blum, a good guy you can hit and run with. Because for me, Aaron Cook just throws too many ground balls and gets too many double plays to just sit around and do nothing with your base runners and your hitters. If I'm managing, I'm not going to just sit and let my hitters tap into double plays. I'm going to try to make some moves out there on the base paths. Now, Miguel Montero does not run well, so you're not going to send him on his own, but he can put a hit and run on.
There's a drive. Number one for Blum. 2-0 Diamondbacks on a long home run. He can also do that.
Or you can sit back in the dugout and just let him home it. First home run of the year for Jeff Blum, and it was a tape measure shot into the right field seats.
So, home run for Blum. And the Diamondbacks grab a 2-0 lead every time a Diamondback hits home run this season. Fulton Homes donates $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association.
Boy, a fastball belt tie down the middle. Jeff Blum does exactly what you're supposed to do with those mistakes. And he hit that a long, long ways.
You'd have to put that in that no-doubter category.
Well, I could tell by your call, Greg. You knew it was gone the minute it was hit, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, just like the one that the guy at the plate hit the other night.
Oh, my goodness.
Brandon Allen.
They'll be talking about that one for years to come.
Blum should have a smile on his face. Always nice to get that first one and be a contributor. You know, it was just eating on him, sitting out 92 ball games after signing with the Diamondbacks in the offseason.
And since he's come back, he's really put together some professional at-bats. He walked the other night to give Willie Bloomquist an opportunity to tie the ball game up, and Bloomquist did. And he plays a pretty rock-solid third base. He can play first, second, short. He can play them all. Valuable guy.
Allen on 2-2 takes it away 3-2 now. That was only the second home run allowed by Cook, if my numbers are correct, this season. Yeah. There's a tapper foul by Allen. But just getting back to what you had mentioned about the double play ball. Starting runners, Cook in 8 starts, 7 double play balls. And in his career, Gracie, 227 games, 181 double plays.
When he was healthy, he was right there with Brandon Webb.
Yeah.
Some of the better sinker ballers in the game as far as getting double play balls. That's a change up, and down goes Brandon out.
First strikeout. Let's take a look at the Rockies defense. David Robleski and Associates brings it to you. The outfield, Spilborgs, Fowler, and Smith. Wigginton, Tulowitzki, Ellison, Helton, and Cook and Iannetta. They have some very long names to write into the scorebook. Wigginton, Tulowitzki, Iannetta.
We like Smith.
That's right.
Cook.
Drew. When he was, yeah, we don't have to write Gonzalez in tonight. That's one you don't like writing in. That breaking ball misses to Gerardo Parra. Parra last night also had a hit to left field. And he shows bunt. He was telling me before the ball game he likes seeing that third baseman play it in, and then he tries to shoot one by him, which he did last night by McGee.
That's exactly right. 2-0, though. I would imagine he's looking for something he can drive here.
And he does back up the middle into center field. He is really, I think, improved a lot as a 23. We always talk about Upton being a 23-year-old. Parra's 23. And the last couple of years, Gracie, everything he hit, it seemed to be, was to left field. He's starting to pull some balls this year, putting a little loft into him, getting some home runs.
I think he's just becoming a more confident baseball player, Greg. And it comes with reps. He's become the everyday everyday left fielder for the Diamondbacks. He's not having to split time. He knows that even if he goes 0 for 4, he's going to be out there the next day, so he doesn't press. And there's no guarantees that Hudson's bunting right here.
No.
Because he's the best hitter in the National League as far as pitchers are concerned this year.
By the way, since May 17th, Parra's hitting .307, and that's in 150 at-bats. The guy at the plate is hitting .359, is it? Yeah, .359 with a homer and 12 RBIs, 3 doubles. Show and bunt. And he bunts. Hard back to the mound. The throw into second out, back to first, not in time. Hudson came in here. He had laid down 7 sacrifices. That one just a tad too hard, though. And that ball that Cook threw to second sailed a little bit. Took a little bit longer, I think, than Tulowitzki wanted to have it come to him.
There's the bunt right there. And let's see. Just kind of got
much.
right in the sliding area, so Tulowitzki didn't get enough on the ball, and Hudson, golly.
Well, Bloomquist will bat with Hudson on now. I'll go with fielder's choice 1-6. Parra's erase, and Bloomquist fly to center his first time up. Well, he takes it low.
You see that good dive on the sinker from Cook. You have to make the ball start nearly letter high if you're a hitter. If it starts thigh high, it's going to sink down and out of the zone. So you have to have it start almost chest high so it can sink to the hitting area. Requires a lot of discipline.
That's a strike call. 2-0 on a Blum home run, his first of the year. And it wasn't a cheapie. Well, how about our Nissan Key? I never did find out what it was tonight.
Well, it's short order.
Okay.
Well, kind of when you go to a greasy spoon type of place. Yeah, short order. Make short order of Mr. Cook. What do you think about that, Greg?
I like it.
Well,
it fits right in. Short order Cook.
Just make quick work of him.
There's a drive into left center. That's a hit. Going to get all the way through. Hudson turns second. He heads for third. Matt Williams going to race him around. Here he comes. Here comes the throw to the plate. He is safe. On to third goes Bloomquist. 3-0 Diamondbacks. Hudson's gassed as he walks back to the dugout.
Take your sweet time getting into the batter's box, Kelly Johnson, because Daniel Hudson is in dire need of some oxygen.
Gracie, I'm watching him going to second. That ball's going to the gap. I'm thinking, Daniel, you got to turn it on a little bit here. And Matt Williams was almost running into fair territory.
Yeah, almost apologetically sending him. And here he comes. Then he starts to slow down, and he just beat the throw. Kelly Johnson. Yeah, they're going to. Fortunately for Daniel Hudson, there's a meeting on the mound. Jim Tracy's going out to the mound. Daniel Hudson needs a little time to rest.
And this is good for the Diamondbacks.
Well, Willie Bloomquist, another big hit. Drives in run number 12. An even dozen now for Willie Bloomquist. And does that go as a double and an extra base, or did it go as a triple? Okay.
Right into the triple. And for Willie, that's his first 3-base hit. Diamondbacks 22nd as a team. I remember Willie got the big double the other night that tied the game in the 8th inning. So now runner at third with 2 men out. We'll see if Kelly Johnson. They're going to appeal at third base, saying Hudson missed the bag, but he did not.
All right, come on, Daniel. Here we go, Daniel. Come on, I know you can do it, Daniel.
Actually, a pretty good turn hitting that bag.
And that's where all of a sudden you feel like you're running into a 50-mile-an-hour headwind. Right when you're around third.
So you've been there and done that, huh?
Oh, many times.
And what does he always say? I turned many triples into doubles in my career.
That's exactly what I did.
There's a dribbler on front of the plate. Cook's got it. His throw to first is in time, and that'll end the inning. But the Diamondbacks have a productive inning. They get 3 runs. They get 4 hits. Blum, the big blow, his first homer of the year. Hudson back to work. He now has a 3-0 lead.
D-backs baseball on Fox Sports Arizona. Now Wednesday night, a very special story unfolded here at the ballpark as Ricky Weeks threw a ball into the stands and a young Brewers fan wanted it, but I'm joined by Ian McMillan, who actually got the ball and did an incredibly cool gesture. Take us back to what happened Wednesday night and why you decided to give that ball back.
It was Ricky Weeks tossed the ball between me and the little kid named Nicholas, and I just thought it was like right in between us, so I just stuck my hat out, but I didn't notice he was there, and it bounced down. The lady put it in my hat, and I was all happy. So I turned back, and then I saw Nicholas put his head on his mom's shoulder, like crying. So I decided just to go give it back to him.
You went back and you did the right thing, and because of that, you've had some pretty cool things happen to you. You talked to Diane Sawyer on World News Tonight on ABC. Apparently, you're going to be on Jimmy Kimmel. You're all over the internet, FoxSportsArizona.com. You were on Twitter and Facebook. Are you kind of surprised about all this attention for that?
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be interesting because earlier today, he was a guest of the Diamondbacks, and he got a jersey, compliments of Kirk Gibson. What was that like to meet Gibby?
Well, it was really cool. It was really cool. I got to meet him. I shook his hand, and then he gave me a custom jersey that said my last name, my favorite number. And you also got to hold a press conference right after Kirk Gibson did his. Have you ever done anything like that before? No, I've never done anything like that before. And
then the real cool thing, you got to go out there and throw a first pitch today to your hero, Ryan Roberts.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Before I just said a couple, like Ryan Roberts said, like just throw a strike and everything, and then I walked up to the mound and I threw a pretty good pitch. You threw a strike, and you're here with your teammates from the Scottsdale Dirtbags, and it's interesting, guys. I was told earlier Miguel Montero threw a ball up here right to Ian, and you know what he did? He got the ball and he gave it to a young man just a couple seats down. So he did the right thing Wednesday night. He did it again tonight. Just a fantastic story. And as you guys know, it's all over the internet. It's going to be on. You're the ABC News World News Tonight Person of the Week. Did you know that? No.
Wow. Cool stuff, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Ian, job well done. I know your parents are here. Your teammates are here. Enjoy the rest of the night.
You too. Thank you. Yeah.
Guys, back to you. Really, really heartwarming story for sure.
Thanks, Brad. Had a
Good
chance
stuff,
to meet Ian before the ball game, and a very personable young man.
Did you see that sign they had behind him? Let Grace win. That's big league, Ian.
He knows his baseball too, because that ball that was not caught in right field, did you hear him go, like that when he was being interviewed?
See, I'm more concerned about that sign, Greg, to be honest with you. But he's got a Slurpee.
What do they want you to win?
That terrible runner I have in the Legends race.
Why don't you go down and race for yourself?
Because I'd blow a hamstring.
2-2 pitch to Fowler is a base hit to right field. The Rockies now have something going.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a botched defensive play got this inning started. Aaron Cook just lifted a little lazy fly ball out to right field that all three guys looked at each other. And then Justin Upton, it was his ball the whole time. He, for some reason, didn't call it, expected somebody else to catch it. And because of that now, here we go again. Daniel Hudson having to pitch out of a jam.
And he's got Ellis, Helton, and Tulowitzki, the next three hitters, with 2 on and nobody out. This is now the tying run of the plate here. This you wanted as a shutdown inning. A blue pit, and that appeared to be a broken bat bleeder through the infield by Fowler. And Ellis takes the ball inside.
You just hate to see a team get extra outs, 4 outs, sometimes 5 outs. It's a lot to ask of a pitcher just to get 3 outs in an inning, let alone when you have to get extra ones, especially off the bat of the pitcher.
Ellis is swing and a miss.
That sinker had some good dive to it.
Let's relive that. Well, we don't really want to, but let's take a look at the blue pit by Cook.
There it is. Okay, who's got it? Justin pulls up and looks. Uh-oh.
Into center field, another hit. The bases are going to be loaded here with nobody out for Helton. So a gift hit, a broken bat hit, now lined single to center. And the Rockies in business with the tying runs on base and nobody out.
Just a fastball in the middle of the plate. Nice job by Ellis, just swatting it right back where it came from. And now these Rockies looking to have a big inning.
Montero out to visit. Maybe. Daniel, as we talk about from time to time, he wears those emotions on his sleeves. Yeah, he's really got to do some pitching now.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks will concede the run. They'll try to get a double play ball. Outfield arms are good in right and in left. A little subpar arm-wise in center field in Chris Young. and no speed at third base if it is a medium to shallow fly ball.
Has Helton in his career ever hit into a 1-2-3 double play?
I'm sure he has, but probably not too many. He's looking for something he can lift.
Yeah.
Oh, man, 2 beautiful pitches to jump ahead. 0-2.
Helton's that type of hitter, though. 2 strikes on him. He just shortens his swing a little bit. Tries to make contact. Hudson working out of the full windup here. And a foul back. Again, Daniel really going to have to do some pitching now. A ball that should have been caught that went for a hit. A broken bat dribbler through the infield, and then a single to center has loaded him up against him. Right after the Diamondbacks scored 3 in the bottom of the second to take this 3-0 lead. Fly ball left field. Parr back for it. 2 runners tag.
He needs to throw this to third base. He needs to throw it to third base.
Here comes. Here's a throw. Fowler's out at third. Parr deked him. A double play, a sac fly for Helton. Ellis got to second, but Parr just held the ball and said, okay, where are you going to go? You make your move, and I'll throw you out either way. And he threw him out at third.
Well, I think he was wanting to go to the plate and then up, and now he catches Fowler. And Fowler decides to go to third, and it's just waiting on him. That is a monster base-running blunder by Dexter Fowler. He got decoyed into getting out in no man's land, and then a strike to third base, and it's waiting on him now. A chance to get out of this inning with just 1 run. That would be huge for Daniel Hudson and the Diamondbacks, but Troy Tulowitzki stands in his way.
And he fouls one back, and he had a good hack at it. Tulowitzki lined one to left center his first time up, and Young made a terrific running catch. So Parra with yet another assist. That was going into tonight. He now has 8.
That was Carlos Lee. Lead the league in assists.
It's a short outfield and left.
So.
Yeah, that's a ball inside.
I was going to say, I'm not sure Carlos Lee has gotten to 8 baseballs this year out in left field. He's a hitter.
7 outfield assists for Parra. Well, that was a huge play there. And now trying to retire Tulowitzki and keep it at 1 run scoring. Daniel Hudson with Ellis at second, 2 down. And a ground ball. They will get that extra run as Tulowitzki's got an extra base hit into the left field corner. So it's a 3-2 game on an RBI double by Tulowitzki.
That's that extra out that Hudson had to get because of the botched fly ball to lead off the inning. And Daniel Hudson couldn't make the pitch to Troy Tulowitzki, and he gets burned. Comes in with a fastball. That was the 3rd fastball in of the inning, and Troy Tulowitzki was just waiting on it and yanked it right by Jeff Blum at third base. And we got a brand new ball game.
Sure do. 3-2 game, and now Seth Smith to the plate with the tying run at second base. Fowler hearing about it in the dugout.
And that's Tommy Runnels, the bench coach for the Colorado Rockies, and he's giving young Dexter Fowler, like, hey, just go ahead and stay put. That cost you. This should be a 3-3 ball game right now, but the base running mistake keeps the Diamondbacks on top. Good change-up, 1-1. We've seen a lot of base running gaffes in this homestand, haven't we?
Yeah, we
saw
have.
some bad base running in the Brewers series by both teams. You just saw it there from Dexter Fowler.
Smith takes another strike. Sometimes you have to relive and go back to spring training days and just work on some things.
Well, it's also, you saw the miscommunication out defensively. It's all part of your instincts.
Yeah.
And instincts are something that are tough to teach. You have to just play and learn. Gas.
And a strikeout, 5th of the night for Hudson.
I think that was an angry fastball right there, wasn't it, Greg?
Indeed. Parr, though, guns out Fowler at third base, and that was a big play. The Rockies got 2. They could have gotten more. D-backs still have the lead. Like us on Facebook during today's game. Receive a coupon for huge savings. Fry's Fresh Food, famous low prices. And by Bluebell Ice Cream, July National Ice Cream Month, Gracie. Celebrate with Bluebell's newest flavor, Dessert Trio. Well, in the dugout a moment ago, Diamondbacks visiting with Kelly Johnson. I don't know if Kelly hurt himself or maybe on that play that he went out, as Upton swings and misses here, strike one.
Yeah, usually a pitcher isn't going to get a high pop-up between three infielders. Maybe Kelly strained something, trying to beat out that ball back to the mound that ended the last inning.
Looked like he said, I'm all right, when he walked away. Upton takes another strike from Cook, who's got a new lease on life here. And he started that two-run rally with that gift hit. Upton, Young, and Montero. Diamondbacks have to get to work offensively again. Each team now with 5 hits in the game. And Upton on the ground is short. Tulowitzki's got it. His short cross. Lob it out. One away.
Take the D-backs wherever you go this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every D-backs game on demand on your computer. Visit dbacks.com for details. MLB.tv. That's baseball everywhere.
What would we do without cell phones?
What did we do
yeah,
without
exactly.
cell phones?
Remember the big phones that came out? These little antenna, the high antenna. Oh my goodness!
I think I didn't get my first cell phone until the 2000s. What about you?
I think I was in there. Now you can do everything but make your lunch on it. Another one to Tulowitzki. Stronger throw, more accurate. 2 outs. So Cook trying to roll through a quick inning. Anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with a purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. Here's Montero with 2 down.
I think we need to get Candyman a tank top like that, don't you think?
Or I like the hat better.
Yeah, he'd look good.
Miggy takes one low. A year ago, after 99 games, the Diamondbacks were 22 games below 500.
Goodness gracious. Really?
Yeah. There's been a 16-game turnaround this year. Remember, the Diamondbacks only won 65 games all of last season. They're at 53. Going into play tonight. Montero into left center. Hit pretty well, but Fowler's got a beat on it. And he makes the catch right in front of Spilborghs in left center field. And that'll retire the side. 1-2-3 go the D-backs. We'll head to the 4th. 3-2 Arizona. In the dugout, Ryan Roberts has taken his place at second base. Let's go to his at bat to end the second inning. And it was a tabber that Cook fielded and threw to first, and you see Kelly pull up a little gingerly. Yeah.
Well, that explains why that pop-up wasn't caught out there, because he didn't have his legs underneath him, unfortunately.
So as a precaution, the Diamondbacks get him out. And Roberts takes over at second. Wigginton hits one into pretty deep center. Young's got to trace it to the wall out there. And that'll be a double for Wigginton in the first pitch of the fourth inning. That's 6 Rockies hits now. Yeah. 5 in the last 2 innings off Hudson.
All of a sudden, Daniel Hudson started to get hit hard. First pitch fastball in the middle of the plate. Ty Wigginton, who was a strikeout victim his first time, just clobbers it. About 410 feet away in center field. And right back come the Rockies.
Tying run in scoring position immediately here in the fourth. And Ryan Spilborgh's at the plate. Well, they're swinging at a lot of first pitches now. Second time through the order. Spilborgh's fly to center first time up. And he tries to go to right field. He loves hitting the ball that way, and he fouls at strike one. Spilborgh's name has been bandied about in trade rumors. They might be reluctant to trade him, though, now with Gonzalez on the DL.
Always kind of like Spilborgh's.
Yeah. Good handy guy to have on a ball club. Can play all 3 positions. Hudson throws wild. Fortunately for the Diamondbacks, it hit Wigginton. Didn't go into the outfield. Otherwise, you probably have runners at second and third. And instead, it's first and second with nobody out.
There was no play.
No.
There was no play, Daniel.
I don't know. That ball got Bloomquist or Wigginton.
It's just now, there's just no play.
Well, it got Wigginton.
Yeah, it got Wigginton.
Willie got tangled up a little bit.
Yeah, just very fortunate for Daniel Hudson that no runners moved up, but there should be an out at first base and a runner on second. Diamondback defense. And really Daniel Hudson's own defense in the first inning, it got him into a pickle, and he was able to pitch out of it. And now his own defense again haunting him.
He's charged with an error. And a swing and a miss by Annetta. He's really going to have to do some pitching here to get out of this. But he has 8, 9, and 1 in the order due up. Now's when he needs one of those double plays. He's gotten 12 in the air. Iannetta, though, it seems like at least against the Diamondbacks, he's more of a fly ball type hitter. He's only hit it. Well, he's hit into 6 double plays all season. On base percentage of .376. He's drawn 55 walks this year. 2 on and nobody out. Tying a go-ahead runs on for the Rockies, and Iannetta on the ground is short. There is that double play we were talking about.
Ask and you shall receive, Greg Schulte. Nicely done. You are a soothsayer. As routine as it gets right there. So Daniel Hudson, after hurting himself with the air, he certainly helps himself by just drawing up a routine, tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. And now he needs to retire Aaron Cook to get out of this inning unscathed.
13 double plays for Hudson now. Cook blooped the hit into right field that started that 2-run rally in the 3rd inning. This pitch coming up will be number 70 for Hudson. Working here in the 4th inning. And he throws a strike 0-1. And he showed bunt. Threw the bat back.
Really not a bad idea.
No.
Jeff Blum was way back at third base. Had he gotten a strike, I mean, just an average bunt would have been able to drive in Wigginton from third base, and Cook would have tied the ball game up.
A line drive, base hit, game is tied. Cook's 2 for 2, and boy, nothing cheap about that hit.
Well, Daniel Hudson, another bullet off the bat of a Colorado Rocky. Another fastball right down the middle. Bang. Cook just rips it past a diving, sprawling Willie Bloomquist. Tie ball game. Yeah, Daniel Hudson having to fight his way through this one.
And now Fowler, center field. Back on it goes Young, and he's got it. That ball was no cheapie. They are teeing off on Hudson here. 7 hits, 4 innings. We have a tied game as we go to the bottom of the 4th at 3. He's going to tear that towel apart. He's not happy. It's a 3-3 ball game. Time for our AT&T trivia question. The last D-backs pitcher to throw back-to-back complete games. Hudson had a complete game his last time out.
His pitch count's way up today. I can't see that happening again unless something really fun happens. You see he's just beside himself right now in the dugout. Good.
Aaron Cook, his mound opponent, drove in the tying run with a base hit, and he started the 2-run rally in the 3rd inning.
Montero trying
base hit.
Yeah, Montero over there trying to relax him. He is fit to be tied over there right now. Hang in there.
Blum, Allen, Parr, if anybody gets on Hudson this inning. Well, he can take it out on the baseball if he gets in a bat this inning, right?
No, he knows he had a 3-run lead, and now he no longer has one. We got a tie ball game. I like the fact that he's upset with himself.
Blum hit his first home run of the season, a 2-run shot in the 2nd. And he is started out with a breaking ball. That's a strikeout. Cook's given up 5 hits. Henson's given up 7. A little miss away. Time to get back to work offensively. As we mentioned, the Diamondbacks not scoring a lot of runs here since the second half has started. There's a pop up to 3rd. Wigginson's under. He's got 1 out. Well, you just feel that momentum swaying over to that first base dugout, don't you?
Well, we talk about it all the time. Baseball, like any other sport, is a game of momentum. And right now, the Colorado Rockies and Aaron Cook pretty much got it all on their side of the field right now. And Diamondbacks have to really kind of collectively kick themselves. It was sloppy baseball, miscommunication, errors, physical errors. It's kind of been that way since the All-Star break. Greg, the Diamondbacks have shot themselves in the foot a couple times. They won the series against the Dodgers. and then they split the series against the Brewers, but I think they'd all tell you that they haven't played good baseball at all in the second half. They can play it much better than if they're going to be contenders in the West. They're going to have to clean it up, play smarter, and play more fundamental baseball. That's what got them here, playing good fundamental baseball. I'm sure Gibby and Alan Trammell and the rest of the staff are going to continue to pound away on these guys about those things.
2-1 pitch to Allen, and that's a check swing. Did he go around? It looked like the home plate umpire, Ron Kolpa, pointed at him, but I don't know if he called it a strike.
He's calling 2-2.
Yeah, it's 2-2 count. High outside. You saw our CenturyLink high-speed pitch. Hudson said 95. Cook was 90. 3-2 to Allen. He walks.
Good at bat by Brandon Allen.
And now Parra, who had a base hit up the middle, his first time up. That's the first walk of the ball game for Aaron Cook. Parra with that hit, now at 282 on the year. Allen, for a big kid, runs pretty well at first. There goes Allen. Ground ball back toward the middle. Nice play by Ellis. He throws to first, and a nice scoop over there by Helton.
Beautiful play by Mark Ellis, the second baseman. I like the hit and run there. I like it a lot. Parra did what he's supposed to do, and that's hit it hard on the ground. But just a beautiful play by Mark Ellis.
Watch Tulowitzki
Yeah,
here.
there is no force play. Brandon Allen going in hard. Nice play over there by Helton, but really a super play by Ellis to get an out there. And Daniel Hudson, he'll have to hit. You rarely see managers play hit and run when you've got the pitcher on deck. But Daniel Hudson can hit.
Yeah. He's driven in 12 on the year. He'll try and do what Cook just did against Tim. Single to drive in a run. And he takes it low. First time up, Hudson attempting to bunt. Bunted too hard, and Cook had a fielder's choice at second. But then Hudson scored the third run of that second inning on a triple by Bloomquist.
It makes you wonder if Daniel Hudson ever fully recovered after that scamper from first base all the way home.
There's a line drive, and look what Helton's got for the out to retire the side.
Tough luck hitting right there for Hudson. That was a bullet right at Todd Helton.
We're through 4 here. We've got a tie game. D-backs 3, Rockies 3. Let's get the answer. The last D-backs pitcher to throw back-to-back complete games.
Say Brandon Webb. Yeah.
We have some news on Brandon Webb.
What do we have?
Rotator cuff surgery August 1st.
Oh, bummer.
And with that, he probably won't pitch or in 2012.
For another
I would
couple of
guess.
years, yeah. It's been 3 years now since.
Think about it. His last start
he's thrown a major
in the
league
big
pitch.
leagues was against the Rockies on opening day in 2009. So he basically missed 2009, 2010, now 2011, and conceivably 2012.
Yeah. What a shame. Good man and a great pitcher.
Well, the last 4 years prior to 2009 and the injury, as Ellis takes a strike here in this 3-3 game, Webby won consecutive years these numbers. He won 14, then went to 16, then went to 18, and then went to 22. That's 70 victories. There's a line drive, but fouled on the left field line by Ellis. Boy, the Rockies are really swinging, hitting the ball hard off Hudson here. They had 4 hits, 3 runs in the 3rd inning, 2 more hits, and a run in the 4th. Daniel could use a quick inning. He's up over 70 pitches, and Ellis can take a seat. 6th strikeout of the night for Daniel. 1 away.
Yeah, interesting ball game. He's given up 7 hits through 4 1/3, but he's also got 6 strikeouts. So he's certainly baffling the hitters at times, but also they're hitting him on the sweet spot a lot too tonight.
We get the word on Kelly Johnson, calf injury of some sort, and they just removed him precautionary. Braun's out of the lineup tonight with that lingering calf injury for Milwaukee and San Francisco. But the Brewers are currently on top of the Giants in that game as Helton fouls one back, 3-1 3rd inning. Well, maybe Prince Fielder will get it going in San Francisco because he sure couldn't get it going here at Chase Field. He took a 1 for 16.
Yikes. Yeah, go get hot. Go get hot, Prince.
Saw Johnson's replacement. Roberts at second as Helton swings through on 1 and 2. Big road trip coming up for the Diamondbacks after the game here tonight, tomorrow night, and then Sunday afternoon, this 3-game series. Helton takes one low. In fact, a 3-city stop in California. We'll just go up the coast from San Diego to LA and then on into San Francisco.
Old-fashioned West Coast swing.
Helton swings and misses. Back-to-back strikeouts. 7 in the game for Daniel Hudson, and 2 outs here in the 5th.
Good change up there. Helton just can't wait long enough, and it just fades off the plate. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the middle of the order. Ellis, Helton, but now Troy Tulowitzki,
who has an RBI double tonight, 1 for 2. Well, in line with that road trip coming up, our Kia text poll for you tonight. How many games will the D-backs win in that 15-game stretch against the NL West? The 3 here tonight, the 9-game road trip coming up, and then the 3 against the Dodgers opening the next homestand. And the answers: A, 8 or less, B, 9, C, 10, or D, a terrific trip, 11 or more.
I was going to say 10 or 11 or more. That's a lot to ask, especially going on the road for most of them.
Tonight's text poll presented by your local Valley Kia retailers.
I think if you could win 8, you would be very happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go 8 and 7 with the majority of them being on the road, you would be ecstatic, and you'd be right there in the race if you did.
By texting to vote, fans consent to receive a message from Kia Motors America. Tulowitzki to right, Upton over and back, and has it. And the side is retired. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but the Rockies go down in order as Hudson retires the side in the 5th. We're tied at 3.
saw Steven today in the hospital. Pretty funny. I don't know if he'll remember me being there. But, it's typical Steven, oh, dang it. And they came in to get him out of bed and show him this little cart that he can get to motor around because he's not going to be weight bearing for 6 weeks. So it's like a cart that you get on your knee and you put your leg back and scoot around. So he was out, they made him get out of bed, and he was like, oh, dang it, the drugs are kicking in. I don't know if I should do this.
Our Geico quote from Kirk Gibson in his hospital visit for Stephen Drew. Stephen finally got his go-kart to work with.
That is classic. And that sounds just like Stephen.
Yeah. Dang it.
Get well soon, Stephen.
Yeah.
Know you're watching.
1 ball, 1 strike on Willie Bloomquist. How many days did you spend on the DL during your career?
Not very many. I only had to
here,
play the
right?
DL. Yeah, at the end of my career, that Phantom DL.
Roberts batting for the first time, 1-2.
But I missed 21 games in the early '90s with a hamstring, and then another time with a
probably drove you nuts, didn't it?
Yeah, I separated a shoulder in a bench clearing brawl. That was big league.
Which brawl was that? Which one was that?
You were in a few. I was actually the instigator of. Well, the pitcher was the instigator of it.
St. Louis.
Guy named Frank DePino.
The little lefty. I was watching that game. As soon as that pitch came at you, you were heading to the mound. That one's headed to the mound. Cook almost didn't give Helton time to get over to the bag, 1 out. Let's go to Brad for more on Stephen Drew.
Yeah, it's been interesting all season long. Kirk Gibson and his coaching staff have had kind of a running joke, man down, when one of their guys is a little under the weather or a little banged up. They have a picture of a guy on the wall. Earlier it was Matt Williams had the broken foot. So Kirk Gibson with his cell phone took a picture of Stephen Drew, and it's posted somewhere in the D-backs clubhouse because Stephen right now is a man down. So it was great to hear that he's in good spirits, and great to see Gibby do his Stephen Drew impersonation. That's pretty spot on, guys.
All right, thanks, Brad. That was Willie Bloomquist who tapped back. Now it's Roberts, and he takes a strike.
He was talking about the morphine kicking in. I would imagine after Hawaiian Punch, that's about as deep as Stephen Drew goes.
Yeah. Roberts into right field, sinking on Smith, and he's got it. Nice play, running catch out there. 2 down. Diamondbacks haven't had a hit now since that second inning off Cook. He's starting to settle in. Here's Upton. So Bloomquist to Tapper back to the mound. Roberts a liner to right. Upton's got a hit. 1 for 2. Washington winning over Kuroda and the Dodgers tonight in LA 3-0. And the Brewers, as we mentioned, are beating Kane and the Giants 3-1 third inning.
Cook got some good dive on that fastball now.
Yeah, he's got a new lease on life, as we said. There's a shot to center. Fowler back and over his head, up against the wall. Upton's on his way to second with his 25th double. Well, Fowler's fast, and he had no shot at that ball.
I was just about to say, I don't care how fast you are. When Justin Upton squares one up, you better get on your horse immediately. And I don't think Secretariat would have caught up to that one. That ball was a rocket. Fastball middle, bang. Now, Dexter Fowler, as you said, who can fly, just turns. And by the time he looks up, it's way over his head. Boy, you hit that ball so hard.
Upton 2 hits tonight. 7 for 14 in his last 4 games since that 0 for 15. Young's got a chance to get him home now. Diamondbacks 6th hit of the night. Young looking for his first hit. And he'll take a strike. Young's last home run came at Oakland.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
July 2nd. Yeah, it's 56 at bats ago. 11 of his 16 have come here at Chase. One ball, 1 strike. Diamondbacks with their home run tonight by Jeff Blum gives them 112. Milwaukee had 112 at the start of play tonight. The Brewers leading the National League. And they have not homered in their 3-1 lead at San Francisco. Young down, just foul past third base.
Almost got one of those Baltimore chops over the top of Ty Wigginton. Never understood why they called it the Baltimore chop, but almost got one right here in Phoenix.
A D-back chop. Young 5 for his last 9 with runners in scoring position. 3 of those hits have been extra base hits. 5 runs batted in. Iannetta out to visit with Cook. With 2 men out. Upton doubled to put Cook in this 2-out jam. Young trying to get him home, get the Diamondbacks a lead back here. They led at one time 3-0. Young held up. He wanted to go.
Boy, didn't he? Good discipline.
2-2 the count. Atlanta and Philadelphia both won tonight. And the fans are cheering. Let's go D-backs.
Let's go
D-backs.
They want some action. They want to see Justin Upton touch home plate.
I can hear him up here. Two on CY. And a ground ball down to third. Big hop to Wigginton. And he throws across to Helton, and that'll end the inning. 5 in the books here at Chase. Hudson back to work in a 3-3 game. Now this one is unfolded. Jeff Blum's first home run of the season, a 2-run shot for the Diamondbacks in the second. Willie Bloomquist a triple that plated Daniel Hudson with a 3rd run. How about this play by Parham? Where are you going to go, Dexter Fowler? No, you're not going to get to third on me.
Back
Throw
to the
him
dugout.
out. And then Troy Tulowitzki, an RBI double, scoring Mark Ellis. And then Aaron Cook, the pitcher, tied the game up with an RBI single. And Seth Smith takes a ball down low from Hudson. First pitch of the 6th. Hudson's pitch count 86 at the start of this inning. Smith, a line drive to right field. That's a hit. Upton over the plate. And he'll get it back in. And Smith settles for a leadoff single. 8 hits now against Hudson tonight.
7 strikeouts, 8 hits. Change up, and he just squashes it. And out of the stretch again will go Daniel Hudson.
And Ty Wigginton, 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored, steps in. Now Wigginton, when he got his double, he swung on the first pitch. He does on this one. It's falling fast in right center. Young can't get it. They're going to get a force out at second. As Upton was right behind him, and they get Seth Smith, who was caught about halfway. And that will go 9-6 as Bloomquist took the throw at second.
Heads up play there by Justin Upton. He makes up for getting a very late break on this ball. He broke back, and you can see Chris Young's in pretty much dead right field, and he can't come up with it, but Justin Upton, Johnny on the spot, and just gets an easy out at second base, as it turns out.
You don't see a hitter hit a ball like that and not get a hit very often.
Not very often.
That goes as a 9-6 fielder's choice. Wigginton at first. Here's Spilborghs. He's a pretty good hit and run man. Wigginton not good speed though at first. Throw over and he gets back in. Ground ball down to third, and by Blum into left field for a hit. Wigginton will stop at second. And the Rockies something going here. First and second, one out.
Yeah, Jeff Blum just was tardy getting that glove down. I think it was just hit a little harder than he thought. Watch Blum is just to his left. He just didn't get the glove down in time. So what could have been a double play ball ends up getting through. And Daniel Hudson going to have to do something with Chris Iannetta here. First and second, one out.
Well, he got a double play off the bat of Iannetta in the fourth inning. And this one's popped up on the infield. Brandon Allen calling for it. Under it. And makes a two-handed catch for out number two. If you notice, Gracie, they've been swinging a lot.
A lot of early swings. Yep. A lot of first pitch swinging. That's fine with Daniel Hudson.
He needs that. As long as they don't get hits.
And he's already at pitch number 90 right now. But he's throwing strikes and they're swinging it. They've got 8 hits. I'm sorry, they've got 9 hits now.
And the guy at the plate, the pitcher's got 2 of them, Aaron Cook.
Exactly. Now you need to bear down, keep this a tie ball game, pitch this guy like he's Barry Bonds.
And a strike is called 0-1.
Strikes on the outside corner would even get Barry Bonds out.
Trying to keep this a 3-3 ball game, 6th inning. To the backstop on a wild pitch. And the runners advance to second and third. Now it becomes imperative you get this guy out.
No chance there from Miguel Montero. They invented that term, the wild pitch. They kind of had this one in mind.
One ball, one strike. Hudson going to work out of the full windup now. And Cook, a ground ball over the pitcher's head to Roberts at second. He's got it. The throw is in time for the out. And that ends the inning. 2 hits, 2 left. Bottom of the 6th in a 3-3 ball game. Night here in downtown Phoenix, and indoors here at Chase Field, we have a 3-3 ball game. Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies. And Diamondbacks baseball presented by Blue Bell Ice Cream. Well, Gracie, how about the old race tonight? What do you think? Were you happy or?
No, it was terrible. Once again,
Ian would let me win.
Yeah, see? Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Ian. I'm with you, pal.
You are over.
I stink.
Over.
My family's embarrassed. Mom won't even talk to me anymore.
That's bad when Mom doesn't talk to you.
I like that. Put your dinero on Montero. I like that.
Boy, Cook was really slow coming out of the dugout, wasn't he? This is like a network game. Extra time.
Extra.
Well, you're home this weekend. You didn't have to.
I love it.
Didn't have to travel to New York for a day.
No network assignment this weekend. It's nice to be home for the weekend.
Well, there
It'll
are
be the first
times,
time in a while that I'll see the Saturday Blacks.
There are times when we travel that we don't know what city we're in, what day of the week it is, what month it is.
It runs together, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
So it's nice to be here for a while, an entire homestand.
I'm glad to be with you. Montero, Blum, and Allen here. They need to get back to work, the D-backs, against Cook, who throws low ball one. That was Cook's 75th pitch of the ball game.
He's been pretty economical for a guy that really been struggling coming into this start. Yet to win a ball game this year.
This has to be encouraging. There's a liner to right at Smith. Can't get it. Gets by him. Can Montero get to third? He's going to try, and he will make it. Standing up.
Big smile.
He loves the game. He's like a little kid playing a little kid's game, isn't he? Every night.
It's refreshing to see
really
every single night. First and foremost, he rips one. It's got some top spin, and it gets underneath Seth Smith. And once it gets by now, Miguel Montero starting to, now he's got to turn it on.
It's his first triple of the year. And now Blum with the infield
$1 million smile.
Yeah. Blum has a 2-run homer tonight, and he's popped to third.
And you have to try to make the ball be elevated somewhere around belt high that you can get it out to the outfield.
Ground ball to first. Right at Helton, though, and he's going to play it to the bag. One out. Hit it hard, but out. And there's one out.
And if you're Brandon Allen, same thing. You've got to make the ball be elevated. You've got to hit the bottom of the baseball, get it out to the outfield. That's the right thing to do right there if you're Miguel Montero. Don't run into an out. Take your chances that Brandon Allen can drive you in. This came back to haunt the Diamondbacks in the Brewers series in the bottom of the ninth a couple of nights ago.
Oh, that was
runner on third, nobody out.
2 ground balls at third, then a soft fly ball to center.
So who wants to be the guy that becomes dependable in these situations?
Allen takes one in on him, almost hitting ball one. How many career triples do you think that is for Miggy? That was his first this year.
No, I'm guessing he's probably got about 10.
4.
4?
That's pretty good, though.
In his 5th year, I figured he might have about 10.
He's a go-ahead run at third base here. Allen at the plate, 1-0. And that one's away. 2 balls, no strikes. Rockies have got their bullpen going. No activity in the Diamondback pen. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Matt Belisle starts to get loose down there for the Rockies. And if you're Brandon Allen here, if they're going to pitch around you, let them pitch around you. And that's exactly what they look like they're doing. They're trying to set up a double play ball off the bat of Gerardo Parra.
And again, Cook's a guy who can get the double play.
So I would imagine Brandon Allen has the green light right here, but you've got to make sure, and now they're going to just put him on. They're going to put him on. And a good disciplined at bat right there.
Well, there have been 2 3-0 counts on hitters tonight, and both have gone for hits.
That's exactly right. But if you're gonna get walked, go ahead and let them walk you. Join us here at Chase Field this weekend for the Diamondbacks and Rockies series and get a ticket for as low as $9. Then enjoy value items, hot dogs and popcorn for just $1.50 and 14-ounce beers for just $4. For tickets, call 602-462-4784 or visit dbacks.com/value.
Bob Apodaca, the pitching coach, to the mound to visit with Aaron Cook. Chris Iannetta. Mark Ellis is out there. Troy Tulowitzki.
They got the whole gang out there.
Everybody's out there.
Bring in the outfielders.
Little League, you do that. You bring everybody into the mound. And sometimes the outfielder would come in and pitch. Or the shortstop. And Ron Kolpa's seen enough. He's heading to the mound, and they will break it up. That always works that way. Parra becomes a key man in the inning now. First and third one out. Gerardo tonight has a hit. He is grounded to second. He's hit the ball sharply twice. Now Tulowitzki is whispering something to the second base umpire, Jim Reynolds. What the heck would that be about?
I couldn't tell you. Looking for something to drive to the outfield. And it has to be pretty deep out to the outfield for a sac fly because Miguel Montero doesn't run well.
You have Spilborghs in left, Fowler in center, and Smith in right.
Above average arms all the way around. How about a gapper? That'd be even better, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Allen runs well over at first base.
Got a pretty big hole to pull the ball through on the right side of the infield.
Parra's driven in 23 on the year. $11 doubles, 4 triples, 5 home runs among his 74 hits. A line drive left field. That'll get it done. A base hit. Looked over the head of Tulowitzki. Allen a strong turnaround. Third. Second make that, and he just got back. Kind of belly flop back into the bag, but he got back as Spilborghs threw behind him.
How pretty was that by Gerardo Parra, Greg? Let the ball travel and just shoot it the other way. That's just a thing of beauty. That's how you drive in runs in these situations. You don't try to pull that pitch. It's on the outside corner. Swat it the other way just like that and give your team the lead. Beautiful hitting there. And this is going to set up a bunt probably by Hudson.
What do you think so with one out yet?
I think so.
Okay. Again, Cook's a guy who gets a lot of double plays. Hudson tried to bunt back in the second inning and bunted too hard back to the mound. They got a fielder's choice out at second. The Rockies looking bunt. Allen's at second, Parra at first. A run in. Diamondbacks have the lead back. Hudson showing bunt. And he takes the bat back and takes the ball low and outside.
If you want to be successful in this situation, to get the sacrifice, you want to bunt it firmly to the third baseman.
And that's Wigginton, who's trying to hold his ground down there at third. You want him to come in and have to field the ball.
Right in that area right there firmly. You make Wigginton field the baseball, and you will have a successful sacrifice.
Hudson's got 7 sacrifice bunts. This time Cook wheels around. Hudson was showing bunt. Lundqvist the on-deck hitter. There's one out, a run in. Diamondbacks have regained the lead 4-3 here in the 6th. Now Hudson looks down at Matt Williams, the third base coach, who's offering the signs to everybody. And he bunts it foul at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. First of 3 here with the Rockies. Coleman and Hamill tomorrow night, and then Jimenez and Micah Owens is going to get the start on Sunday for the D-backs. in the afternoon game, the matinee. One and one on Hudson. Montero led off the inning with a triple, is scored. Allen's at second base. Parr, who drove in the runs, at first with one out.
He's swinging.
Swinging and a miss.
Got to get a strike, but you got to get a strike. It's always fun for the manager to show faith in you and give you the swing away sign, but you got to restore that faith by getting a good pitch hit. It's no different than any other at bat.
Well, it was in the 7th inning against the Dodgers in his last start that Hudson, on a 1-2 pitch and the bases loaded, drove one between third and short for a 2-run single. Count is 1-2 here. And he hits one back to the mound. Cook's got it, goes to Tulowitzki, and then on to first for the out double play to end the inning. But the Diamondbacks get the lead on the Montero triple, and then the Parr single. And the Diamondbacks, as they take the field in the top of the 7th inning, now leading the Rockies by a score of 4-3. Southwest Airlines new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, no blackout dates. And sponsored by the new Quest 5-year price look promise. Visit quest.com/promise for details. Well, what is Kachinko? Find out and learn how you can play right here at Chase Field. Go to the interactive kiosk near section 111 during all Diamondbacks regular season home games. Rick Schulte in for Darren Sutton along with Mark Grace, Brett Stanky, and our crew. Glad to have you with us. 7th inning here in the 4-3 Friday night ball game. Diamondbacks leading the Rockies. Top of the order for Daniel Hudson. Dexter Fowler, Mark Ellis, Todd Helton. 9 hits off Hudson. Diamondbacks going to get the bullpen working as we speak.
Hudson's 94th pitch of the night. I'm sorry, Greg.
I was just going to say that. We're reading each other's mind. And Fowler, switch hitter, batting left-handed, ball 1.
Top of the order. Big inning here for Daniel Hudson. Can he get through it? This will probably be his last.
And a line drive base hit. It's going to be at least 2 for Fowler. Upton over to cut it off, and Fowler's into second with a leadoff double. Here come the Rockies again.
Just a fastball in the middle of the plate. Dexter Fowler smokes it down the right field line. And a good job by Upton getting over quickly and getting it in and keeping Dexter Fowler to a double. Mark Ellis, a very good bat handler. I would imagine probably bunting right here as well, don't you think, Greg?
He might be, or Jim Tracy may have enough confidence that he's going to hit the ball to the right side of the infield.
I'm thinking bunt. He's not. He got hit.
Yeah. He doesn't have to do anything. Just run down to first base, and Hudson's really putting himself in a pickle here.
Daniel's asking for it now.
Now you see the bullpen, Patterson and Demmel, lefty and righty. Nobody out for Helton. This has been one of those nights for Daniel. Third time this season he's given up 10 hits in a ball game. And you see the pitch total closing in on 100. Not many balls. He's only walked one. That was Helton in the first inning.
Speaking of the devil, here he is.
Yeah.
You hate to see him in this situation. He's just been so great for so many years in these situations, but a perfect pitch to the outside corner to jump ahead 0-1.
Helton tonight has walked, hit a sacrifice fly last time up, struck out swinging. Hudson's gotten one double play tonight. 13 on the year. He's watching Fowler and throws the ball outside. Rockies without Carlos Gonzalez. Diamondbacks without Stephen Drew. Swing and a miss. Helton went for the downs on that one.
Sure did. He screwed himself right into the ground on that swing. Well, this is where the great ones dig deep. Both the great hitters and the great pitchers. This is where they dig deep. They find a way to succeed. That's why this is such a great matchup right here.
2-2 count. Tulowitzki on deck. He's had some good hacks tonight, including an RBI double. That hit him?
Yeah, it got him. So Daniel Hudson's wildness coming back to really hurt him in this situation. Boy. Back-to-back hit by pitches. That one up towards the face area of Todd Helton.
Let's take a look. Got him around the helmet. Now got him on the arm.
Right on the arm area. Boy, that's a big mistake there by Daniel Hudson.
Now he's going to face Tulowitzki with the sacks full and nobody out. Charles Nagy out to the mound for a visit. I think Jim Tracy, the manager, his first thought was around the helmet too, but then it looked like he motioned or said to one of his coaches, got him on the arm.
And it did.
Yeah.
Thankfully, everybody's okay. But now, Daniel Hudson not okay in this situation. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Troy Tulowitzki. Up there trying to give his team the lead.
He is lined to center. Great running catch by Young. He has doubled homer run to left field and lined to right field. Well, everything tonight he's gotten into the outfield. Hudson would like one at his infielders here. And he takes ball one up high and in. On deck, it's Smith. This could be Hudson's last batter of the game, with Patterson, the lefty, in the pen. Two grand slams in the career for Troy Tulowitzki. 11 RBIs this season with the bases loaded. Ground ball down to third. Blum's got it. He'll go to second. They'll get a force there, not tied first. A run is in to tie the ball game on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, Jeff Blum, I think if he had to do that again, he would realize he couldn't turn the double play and probably just stepped on third in that situation. You're conceding the run, so you're not getting Fowler, but if you just step on the bag right there, you're going to get the out at third base. Instead now, as Gibby's going to come and take Daniel Hudson out of the game, I think Jeff Blum, if he had to do that over again, he'd step on third. That way it would still take a base hit to beat you rather than being able to score on an out. But the wildness hurt Daniel Hudson in that inning.
Tulowitzki gets an RBI. He is at first. The Diamondbacks go to the bullpen as Hudson leaves the ball game. Joe Patterson comes on. And we'll take a break here. We're tied at 4. Rockies at bat. First and third when we come back. One man out here in the 7th.
He is not pulling his nose hairs. Yes, he is. Is that how you get ready for a big at bat? Just or for a big game, a big call? You have the Candyman come over and pull your nose hairs, Greg? No?
I don't believe we just saw
Come give him a big old yank.
It's Ryan Spilborghs.
Oh, those ball players.
This is Seth Smith at the plate against Patterson. Fly ball.
That's going to do it.
Young coming in. Makes the catch. There's a tag. Throw to the plate. Not going to be in time. Run is in. Rockies lead. Sac fly by Smith.
That's why we go back to that play that Jeff Blum had. Had he got to do it all over again, he would have probably stepped on the bag. And that way, it wouldn't have been a sac fly. It would have only been just a routine out. But instead, now the Colorado Rockies take the lead.
So Patterson retires the man he faces, but it's deep enough to get the runner home from third and give Colorado a 1-run lead, 5-4. That run charged to Hudson. Patterson will leave now, and we'll have Sam Demmel come on. We'll take another break. Rockies still at bat. Runner at first when we return here in Phoenix. Field. Diamondbacks and Rockies play the first of three here. And what was one time a 3-0 Diamondback lead is now a 5-4 Colorado lead. And Sam Demmel is on our Verizon call to the bullpen. And for Demmel, his batting opponent here will be Ty Wigginton. Hudson now cannot win this game, could lose it. And he hasn't lost in a long time. But he finds himself trailing. A couple of hit batters this inning. A fielder's choice and a sac fly have gotten the runs in. And Wigginton on the ground is short. Lundqvist has got it. Goes to Roberts for the fielder's choice. So Demmel comes on, throws one pitch, and gets the final out. But not before the Rockies do the damage. They get two to take the lead here, going into the bottom of the seventh inning.
Jackson, Joe Borowski getting set for your post-game show presented by CenturyLink. And Joe, Daniel Hudson, he has really set the bar very high for himself. Last 12 starts, he's undefeated. But tonight, 6 1/3, 103 pitches. What did you see from him early in this game?
Jody, he sure has spoiled us over those last 12 starts. That's why tonight's so surprising. But I'll break down his outing and show you exactly why the Colorado Rockies were able to take advantage of him.
All right, D-backs down by 1. We'll see if they can make it a comeback tonight. Greg and Mark will talk to you guys after the game here on our post-game show.
All right, thank you, Jody and Joe. Top of the order here for the D-backs as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And they're facing a new pitcher, and that is Matt Belisle, the right-hander. Aaron Cook went the front 6, 8 hits, 4 runs. Struck out only 1, walked a couple, but he's got a lead, and immediately a base hit by Bloomquist. Second hit of the night, tying run on base for the D-backs.
Well, the igniter is Willie Bloomquist. The first pitch Matt Belisle throws is a breaking ball. And Willie just rips it through the left side. It's been a good year for Matt Belisle.
A lot of ball games. Number 46. Our Verizon call to the bullpen. Jim Tracy and Bob Apodaca have relied on him quite often. Let's see if Roberts is bunting here with the tied run on base and nobody out.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Had a throw over and he didn't tip his hand.
I'm a big believer, Greg. I don't know about you. You can agree or disagree, but I'm not a big believer in bunting to tie the game up.
Yeah,
I'm more of a guy that you bunt to take the lead.
You play at home, you play a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah, you play for one run to take the lead, not to try and tie.
Roberts came in for Kelly Johnson earlier in this ball game. Kelly in the second inning running a ball out, injured a calf. They took him out for a precautionary reason. And Robertson has one at bat in the 5th inning, fly to right field. Bloomquist pretty good speed at first. 10 steals on the year. Roberts takes low, ball 1. The Diamondbacks, all they have to do is look up at that scoreboard and see the Brewers are beating the Giants in San Francisco tonight. And an opportunity, if they can rally and win this game, maybe to gain a game.
That should be motivation enough, huh?
Yep. It is for me. 1-0 on Roberts. And that one's up and in. 2-0 the count. Upton is on deck. Justin's got a couple of hits tonight. Well, I think the Rockies were probably encouraged by Cook's outing tonight.
As he stands to win his first ball game of the season.
The Diamondbacks have done a pretty good job when Hudson has not had his game going. They've been good at rallying to get him off the hook a couple of times over the last few months. Trying to do that here tonight. And it wasn't that Daniel was poor by any stretch of the imagination tonight. He had 7 strikeouts. But you can look at a few different plays in this ball game. A ball that should have been caught in right field.
And then you find out later that the reason it wasn't caught is because Kelly Johnson had an injury. And he just reared back through that one right by Ryan Roberts.
Here it is. Kelly running down the line. Watch.
Kind of a swinging bunt. And now Kelly always busting it. But it looks, you see the grimace right there.
That was a ball that was not caught in right field. 2-1 on Roberts. Willie will draw another throw and get back in. Boo, say the fans. Charles Nagy on the phone to the bullpen. To Glenn Sherlock. Charles has been here from day one.
You and him both.
Yeah. You're close.
You guys are the 2 cockroaches. And good for both of you guys.
There's a fly ball foul back and out of play. Well, our traveling party in '98. Sherles is there. You mentioned myself, Roger Riley, and Jeff Matuzis.
Matuzis as well. Those are the final four, if you will, huh?
Yep.
Somehow, some way, Ryan Roberts got to find a way to move this line along.
Belisle ready. He steps off this time. Doesn't throw over. That is legal. Rockies with their first lead of the night here. But the Diamondbacks put the leadoff man on to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Roberts checked off. Full count, 3-2. That was a hope play there by Iannetta. Darrell Cousins wasn't biting at first.
Ryan Roberts did everything but swing at it. His body swung at it, but the bat really never left the shoulder. And I think it's time to send the runner in this situation. Watch the bat head. Does it get out there too far? No, says Darrell Cousins, the first base ump. Boy, Ryan Roberts did everything but swing at it.
Bloomquist his lead. There he goes. A swing and a foul. A tip at the plate that just got under the glove and keeps Roberts alive. Really goes back to first. Did you like the hit and run?
I did.
Hitter?
I did.
Yeah, it makes you really concentrate a lot more too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it opens up holes in the infield.
And you were a guy who could take it to all fields.
But you have to do it against a guy that you can trust and is going to be near the plate or around the plate. You don't want to do it against Mitch Williams.
No. Roberts another foul back. Well, he's getting his sprints in. Nice addition by Kevin Towers.
I agree.
And with the loss to Drew, you don't replace Stephen Drew, but you have last year the Diamondbacks. They would have really had no options had Drew gone down. This year,
no, they're a much deeper ball.
Exactly. Some veterans in there that Kevin Towers brought in, including Bloomquist. Roberts takes a strike. The throw down, and Willie is caught stealing. And that is a strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Boy, Ryan Roberts just got barrel locked right there by a breaking ball. Kind of hung right in the middle of the plate. But he didn't swing. He just took strike 3. That's definitely a strike. And then Willie Bloomquist is just a sitting duck because you're not trying to steal the base in that situation. You're just trying to stay out of the double play. You're hoping upon hope that you get contact from the hitter, and you didn't get it from Ryan Roberts.
So Iannetta throws out Bloomquist. 2-4. Ellis making the tag. And this inning, which started well, now has 2 outs and nobody on for Upton. Only the second strikeout of a Diamondback hitter tonight, but a big one. Upton taking all the way, takes strike 1. Justin 2 hits. Hard shot down to third, deflected off the glove of Wigginton after he grounded to short in the 3rd inning. He doubled off the center field wall in the 5th inning. He's in the hole 0-2 off Matt Belisle. Look at the National League West standings and a sneak at that Brewers-Giants game. Unieski Betancourt, who had a good series against the Diamondbacks, continuing on in San Francisco tonight. A couple of RBIs up Matt Cain. Low and away to Upton. Upton trying to get Young to the plate. He's on deck. High 2-2. Justin's starting to look locked in again, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always a guy that rides the roller coaster. He has the peaks and the valleys. The lows are starting to get shorter and shorter than they were in the past. In the past, and we've seen it, unfortunately, there have been some lows that were 4 and 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, those lows have turned into more like 4 and 5 games.
Full count on Justin here after falling behind 0-2. Don Baylor, Diamondback hitting coach. And Upton fouls it back.
Boy, power on power right there. 94-mile-an-hour fastball and a big rip from Justin Upton. I mean, this is old-fashioned baseball right there. Here it is. What are you going to do with it? Well, Justin was right on it.
Justin won't be 24 until August. Another 3-2 pitch, and he walked him.
Good at-bat there from Upton. Again.
38th walk of the year for Jay Up. And then gets Young to the plate. And it gets Apodaca to the mound. CY's 0 for 3 in the ball game.
On Saturday, August 6th, the first 15,000 fans will take home the Kirk Gibson bobblehead, courtesy of Sports 620 KTAR. Pick up the Grand Slam giveaway pack, and you'll get the Gibby bobblehead, the Chris Young bobblehead, and the Ryan Roberts bobblehead. Call 602-462-4786 or visit dbacks.com/Grand Slam.
Well, Young at the plate with Upton at first and 2 down here. Jay Up representing the tying run in this game. Had a lot of baseball played here tonight. A lot of hits. A lot of base runners.
We still got a long way to go.
Young checked his swing, ball 1. Young leads the club with 50 runs batted in. He'd like to make it 51, hit a gapper here. He has 27 doubles. 3 triples, 16 homers, 46 extra base hits. And that's a strike from Belisle.
Beautiful fastball, knee-high outside corner. Nothing Chris Young's going to do with that one.
Young is second in the league in extra base hits. Carlos Beltran of the Mets leads with 47. And then Young and Prince Fielder each with 46. Upton's got 44. Upton will draw throw and get back in.
If you're wondering about a stolen base, keep wondering. Belisle has given up 0 stolen bases this year. Donut.
That's about as good as you can get, huh?
Exactly.
There you see the extra base totals. Come on, see, match Beltran here, right?
Big swing, came up empty.
1 and 2, he's in the hole. Well, Seattle lost again tonight.
That's not really shocking news anymore, is it?
13 in a row. We'll see what Young can do here with a 1-2 count on him. Lined into right, put right at Smith for the out. Hit it hard, but out. Sound retired. Double play that inning. The strikeout throw out really hurt. And the Diamondbacks leave a man. Head to the 8th. 5-4 Rockies. On Fox Saturday Baseball, the Padres head to Philadelphia to face Ryan Howard of the NL East leading Phillies. Check out all the action starting at 1 p.m. only on Fox. Well, our Kia text poll, 9 games of the 15 the Diamondbacks will win.
Boy, you would love that.
Yeah.
You go 9-6 in these next 15 games. Is that including tonight?
Yeah.
Got a little work to do.
Yep. 11 or more got 11%. 5-4 Rockies lead here, 8th inning. And it'll be Spielborg's Iannetta. And then the pitcher spot is due. Demmel stays out there. He came in through 1 pitch and got the final out of the 7th. Well, the Rockies got 2 and got the lead. Spielborg's tonight, 1 for 3. And shows bunt, takes 9 outside, ball 1. 5 runs on 10 hits for the Rockies, 4 runs on 9 hits for the Diamondbacks. Rockies have left 7, D-backs have left 6. Swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss by Spielborgs. Well, the Diamondbacks in another 1-run ball game. They are 19-12 this year on 1-run decisions. The Rockies are 15-17. But the D-backs are 11-2 in 1-run games at home. But right now they're on the wrong end of a 1-run ball game.
That's exactly right. They got 6 outs left to play with, and Sam Demmel's job is to keep it at a 1-run game. Try to make things a little easier. Sam struggled against the Brewers.
Demmel spent time on the DL earlier this season. And he gets Spielborg swinging. Well, let's take a look at some news around baseball. Jared Weaver, boys, he's been good. Huh? Look at that ERA at 1.81, almost to August. Brad's led active, and we mentioned the Mariners, 13 consecutive losses as they were beaten tonight 7-4 at Fenway by the Red Sox. They've lost a dozen games in the standings.
Goodness.
They went from possible buyer to definite seller at the trade deadline. High pop fly on the infield for Ryan Roberts, the second baseman. 2 out.
That's Juan Gutierrez. He's talking to, I've dropped 20 pounds. Yeah, to I believe that's Carlos Gonzalez he's talking to. Yeah,
he looks
good. I've dropped 20 pounds. And Carlos Gonzalez on the other end saying, yeah, I'm probably going to have to be on the disabled list for 20 days.
Well, here's Eric Young Jr. coming to the plate for the Rockies as a pinch hitter with a proud papa in the Diamondback dugout.
Very proud papa. I wonder if Eric Young Sr., before all Junior's at bat, pulled his nose hairs. That was disturbing.
Yeah, that was not good. This guy can really fly, as his daddy could. Strike 1.
They look a lot alike. I remember when that little rascal used to be in the Chicago Cubs home clubhouse. He was about 8 years old, picking up towels and hanging right on Dad's hip. Now look at him. Major League Baseball player.
He's been up and down this season for the Rockies.
He's more of a flyer. Eric Young was a good base stealer, but Eric Young wasn't a flyer like his son. His son, one of the fastest players in the game.
Broken bat bleeder foul.
He's going to have to get some more lumber. Sam Demmel just hurt his feelings with that fastball in.
And the count is 1-2.
Were you ever nervous when you played in front of your mom or your dad when you were in Little League?
My mom. I don't know why. I guess I didn't want to see her see me make it out.
Yeah, exactly. You're always nervous when mom or dad are both wearing the stands. And I wonder right now if Eric Young Jr. with his father having a bird's eye view, if you will, one of the best seats in the house.
I don't think he's nervous. I think he's blotted that out. That's happened before.
The professional in Eric Young Sr. probably would love to see his son making out, but I think the dad in him would love to see a gapper or something right now, don't you think?
It's that old tug-of-war thing, right? And once into the dirt. EY attended Chandler Gilbert Community College before signing with the Rockies. Played in 51 games last year. Got into 30 games back in 2009. 30th round pick back in 2003. Devil trying to get the side in order here. And that's ball 3-2. Boy, you don't want to put this guy on, have him run.
He'll be on second before you can say Jackie Robinson.
And then if you blink your eye, he'll be on third. Devil struck out Spielborg swinging. Got Iannetta on a pop to second. Rockies leading by a run here. 8th inning. And did he go? I think he did. No, they appealed down at third, and Jim Wolf said he held his swing. Wow. I'd like to see that again on the replay. Close. Third base umpire usually has a pretty good look at it. Ooh.
I think Junior got a break there.
Yeah, I think he did. I definitely think he did. And now Fowler, who's hurt the Diamondbacks tonight. A couple of hits, including a double, and scored in that 2-run 7th inning when the Rockies got the lead. So the first runner back. This has not been a real crisp game for the Diamondbacks tonight.
Not at all. Diamondbacks haven't been crisp at all since the All-Star break. Even Kirk Gibson admitted that in his press conference. He need to clean things up.
How many pitches before Young runs?
Maybe one.
Most good base stealers tell you they like to run immediately. Go.
Oh, and as a hitter, you want the guy to go early. You don't want to take 2-3 pitches for him. I'll give you one pitch, or I'll give you one strike, but I don't want to be taking too many, waiting on you to go.
Fowler to deep center. Young going back. He's going to have to play it off the wall. And Young will come around to score. The ball comes all the way back over Young's head, and Fowler's got a triple. Now the Rockies get another run to make it 6-4.
Well, how big is that check swing now?
Huge. Fowler's 8th triple of the year.
He hasn't homered this year. 0 homers. But boy, he crushes this ball over the head of Chris Young, high off the wall, and it caroms over the top of Young. Fowler thinks it's a home run.
Yeah, that's a big ballpark, Dexter. You got to get it up over that line out there.
If he's going hard all the way, he may have been able to circle him as that ball got away from Chris Young.
So the 2-out walk. Young came around, scoring easily. And now the Rockies up by a pair. Their 11th hit of the night. Swing and a miss. Boy, this is really an important hitter here. Mark Ellis. He gets a hit. You're down 3.
Yeah, and early in the ball game, this thing looked like it was pretty well in hand. one of your main cogs, Daniel Hudson, gets an early 3-run lead, and you're thinking, oh, Diamondbacks are going to cruise through this one. Give these Rockies credit. They kicked around Daniel Hudson, and now they're starting to kick around Sam Demmel here and stretching it out.
And after that 3-run second inning for the Diamondbacks, they've only scored in one more inning. And that was in the 6th when they got one. Ellis, a chopper down to third, but that is a foul ball. And the count will even out at 2-2. A 2-out walk to Young on a check swing call down at third. It appeared that he did swing, but it was called a check swing by Jim Wolf. And then the triple off the center field wall by Fowler. And the Rockies now up a pair, and Ellis trying to add to that lead with a 2-2 count against Demmel. And he does. Base hit. 7-4 Rockies. Ellis on base for the 4th time, his 3rd hit.
And you have to start worrying a little bit now about Sam Demmel. Hasn't had a good homestand at all.
Looks like Gibby's going to make a pitching move here. Demmel will leave. Todd Helton, the batter. And the Rockies, with Castillo coming on, leading now by 3, 7-4 here as we go to break in the 8th at Chase. Back here, and Alberto Castillo throws to first. Mark Ellis gets back in. Castillo, a left-hander, 1 of 3 in the bullpen right now for the D-backs. 10th appearance. Our bullpen change brought to you by Verizon. Rockies have scored a run here in the inning. Make that 2 runs in the inning. 4 in the last 2 innings. And they currently have a 7-4 lead. Well, 1 and 2 in the order. Fowler and Ellis have 6 hits between them. They've been on base 7 times. They've driven into and they've scored 4. And Helton another foul back. That's getting it done in the 1-2 spots. Fowler's a home run shy of the cycle.
Well, that's what we said. If you're going to beat this Colorado Rocky lineup, you've got to take care of Dexter Fowler at the top of the order. That did not happen tonight.
Fowler demoted earlier this season. Since he's come back up, he has done very, very well. Hitting .357 with 10 runs scored. The runner goes. No throw from Montero. He didn't have a chance to get Ellis, who steals the base. His second.
Yeah, just Alberto Castillo falls asleep on Mark Ellis. And kind of been a sleepy night for the Diamondbacks. Just they've been a step slow all night. They've been indecisive all night.
Now another RBI opportunity for Elton here. And a little looper down the left field line, but foul. That's what Elton does so well. 2 strikes on him. He just will flick the bat out there. Gets a lot of hits to left field. For Castillo, he's making his 10th appearance.
And I would imagine if the score stays the same, Greg, I would imagine there's going to be one manager that's going to be very unhappy with his ball club at the end of this night.
No errors up there, but
just a step slow all night. Yeah. Lethargic game by the D-backs tonight.
Back to the mound, and a nice play by Castillo. He throws low, and Allen digs it out for the out.
See what I mean?
Yeah, that was very indicative of what you said right there. 2 runs in the inning for the Rockies. They leave a runner in scoring position. D-backs now down by 3. Baseball, the Padres head to Philadelphia to face Ryan Howard and the NL East leading Phillies. Check out all the action starting at 1 only on Fox. Phillies beat the Padres tonight 3-1. Join Fox Sports Arizona as we support Southwest Autism Research and Resource Center as they offer programs for adults with autism to provide skills for success. Learn more about how you can help by visiting foxsportsarizona.com. And then click on the Fox Supports Arizona page. Greg and Mark with you here. 20th game of the year for Rex Brothers. 34th overall pick in 09, 23-year-old left-hander for the Rockies.
He's been terrific of late.
He's out of Lipscomb, Tennessee University. Do you remember a football player by the name of Gene Big Daddy Lipscomb who played for the Baltimore Colts?
I don't.
That is the university. Brothers' last 14 appearances, 11 2/3 innings, 1 earned run, and an 0.77 ERA. Ian Stewart's taken over third for Wigginton.
Well, he's just come out blowing some left-handed gas right at Miguel Montero to jump ahead 0-2.
Diamondbacks now down 3 in this game. They've been out hit 12-9. That's into the dirt. Montero tonight, 2 hits, 2 runs scored, a single and a triple. Diamondbacks currently 4-3 on this homestand, but that could go 4-4 if they can't rally to win this game tonight. Miggy a ground ball to second. That's easy for us. One down. Well, Jeff Blum came up in the second inning. Hit his first Diamondback home run. Things were looking pretty good at that time. That gave them a 2-0 lead. They added another run. And it was 3-0 after 2, but it's been all Rockies since.
Blum missed the first 92.
And Blum hits this one foul past Matt Williams down to third. Milwaukee batting ninth inning. They're still on top of the Giants 4-2. Right now, that's the only good thing going for the Diamondbacks. Strike.
Yeah, the rest of the news has kind of been bleh tonight.
Well, he's still got 5 outs to battle through. Diamondbacks have been very good all season at doing that. And Blum will take a seat.
Make it 4 outs.
Yeah, 4 outs to deal with. Brothers has looked impressive, hasn't he?
I mean, a hard throwing, big old stocky left-hander.
Brandon Allen will be pinch hit for here by Xavier Nady. Ball 1. Well, again, the Diamondbacks tonight kicking off 15 against the NL West. Those first 3, Padres, Dodgers, Giants, the road trip.
Big old swing and a miss from X-Nady.
Nady 176 at bats, hitting .244, 30 runs batted in with 43 hits. Outside, said Ron Culpa. 1-1. How about some nachos tonight, Grayson?
That sounds kind of good.
Gonna have to battle them for them, though. They're sharing at the moment.
I'm not very good at sharing my nachos. That's something I need to learn, I guess.
They don't even know each other. They're just sharing nachos. There's a foul back and out of play. Any jalapenos on there? It looked like it.
Looks like it. All good nachos have to have jalapenos.
Yeah.
Come on out to the yard. Bring your date.
Nady takes one low.
We lead the league in love.
Well, if Nady can get on, we're going to see the debut of Cody Ransom. He's in the on-deck circle. He's going to bat next for Parra. There's Cody, Valley guy.
Grand Canyon University.
Nady can't get on, though. And that's it. 1, 2, 3 against Brothers. We're through 8 here, and it's 7-4 Rockies. Arizona has now available on FoxSportsArizona.com. Log on during D-backs game, stats, exclusive analysis, live Twitter feeds, and you can share your thoughts with the game broadcasts. Check out Game Connect on FoxSportsArizona.com. Ryan Cook, who made his big league debut here the other night, and he struggled in that first outing. You see the numbers, 23 pitches. He comes on here, and he'll face Troy Tulowitzki, Seth Smith, and then Ian Stewart in the Rocky ninth inning, with the Rockies leading 7-4. So Ryan Cook's second big league game. Beatty stays in the game. He pitch hit for Allen. He stays in and plays first. Castillo worked to one batter, retired Helton to win the eighth inning. Demmel worked an inning total, 2 hits, 2 runs allowed. Well, Tulowitzki tonight with a hit, 2 runs batted in, a double and an RBI, and a fielder's choice RBI. And a ground ball, he jammed it, hit to short. And there's Cook's first out in the big leagues as he gets Tulowitzki.
Congratulations. Good for you. A little softer landing tonight than what he had the other night against the Brewers.
He came in a tie ball game and ended up absorbing the loss. Seth Smith has a sacrifice fly.
That's the difference in the ball game so far. That was the go-ahead run a couple innings ago.
And the Rockies tacked on 2 more in the 8th off Demmel. Just was not to be for Daniel Hudson tonight. 6 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs. Did strike out 7, only walked 1. But he had a wild pitch. He hit a couple of batters. Threw one away at second. Just a tough overall night, and he hasn't had many since debuting with the Diamondbacks last season in August. Cook pretty good giddy up on that fastball, but it missed inside. 3-0 now on Smith. Cook came up from Mobile. 34 games in the 2.25 ERA. He walks Smith on 4 pitches. Well, tomorrow night here in the 5 o'clock game, 5:10 game, Diamondbacks will send right-hander Josh Coleman to the mound, coming off a shutout win against Milwaukee on Monday.
Yeah, coming off his finest hour as a major leaguer.
And Jason Hamill, 5-9. He's been tough on the Diamondbacks. No pitch for the Rockies. Home in our 8 shutout innings Monday night. There's a foul back by Ian Stewart, who bats for the first time. Here's a guy the Rockies are trying to find out about. 91 at bats this season. 1 run batted in.
That's hard to do. I mean, you can be a relief pitcher and have that many at bats and drive in more than that.
Ground ball to the right side. Diving play by Roberts. Didn't get it. And Bloomquist must have put a pretty good deke on Seth Smith, because he went sliding into second and then didn't know where the baseball was when he got up. There's a ball getting by Roberts. Now watch Willie. Well, he really didn't do much.
There was no decoy there at all. Seth Smith just slid.
So first and second off Cook, a walk and a single with 1 out. And here's Spilborghs. This is the hand of Troy Tulowitzki.
I can tell you what that's from.
Getting jammed.
A jam shot to lead off the inning. And that meat part of that thumb will get real sore. You get a bone bruise in there, and that'll That'll stay with you for a while.
It's really funny.
Where's it hurt? Right there.
Yeah.
Yes, right there. Stop.
And Gracie, I'm sure you had a lot of these over the course of your career where you just hit the bat or hit the ball with the bat, and it just will just tingle that hand.
Go ahead and grab a handful of Hornets.
Yeah. Well, Cook is falling behind here at 2-0. Rockies trying to add to what already is a 3-run lead here.
Ryan Cook needing to throw some strikes here after an easy first out. A 4-pitch walk and a base hit's got him in trouble. Now 2-0. He better be careful here to Spilborghs. Beat him with a fastball, 95 miles an hour. That'll help.
He's got some good velocity. There's no doubt about that. Played at USC. He was a freshman when Ian Kennedy was a junior for the Trojans. And here he is up in the big leagues. Converted starter. This is his first year out of the bullpen. Runners go. Swing and a miss. Throw down to third. Bad throw by Montero. And they called interference?
No, they did not call interference. He wants interference, but it was just a poor throw by Montero, and the double steal works.
I think he bounced one down there, and Blum did everything he could do to block the baseball.
And he's got him dead to rights. He just needs to make a decent throw, and he can't do it.
And what that does now, it forces the infield to come in. 2-2 count on Spilborghs. And a chopper to short. Bloomquist one play at first. He made the correct play. And the run scores to make it 8-4. RBI for Spilborghs.
Well, that is a bunch of productive outs. That's 3 runs that I can think of right now that have scored on outs by the Colorado Rockies.
The last, well, they had, let's see, they had one driven in by Tulowitzki on a fielder's choice in the 7th. The sac fly by Smith. This run here.
This is winning baseball.
Yep.
They've done the fundamentals very well tonight, and unfortunately Diamondbacks have not, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Iannetta now takes ball 1. So another run added to the total, and it's 8 on the board for the Rockies, only 4 for the D-backs. 13 Colorado hits here tonight. Fly ball right center. That's a gamble. Upton's going to catch it. He got over there to close it off at the last second. And Iannetta misses out on an RBI. But the Rockies add to the lead. They get one in the 9th. Last chance for the D-backs. A grand slam away. And he's at quad 8 in the leadoff spot. Single, double, triple, 2 runs scored, RBI. He is our APS Energy All-Star of the ballgame. And since coming back up for the minor leagues, he's hit to a .357 clip, 10 for 28. 10 runs scored in 8 games. Sometimes those demotions wake you up.
That was the big blow of the ball game. That triple off the center field wall of Sam Demmel. That stretched the lead out. And these Rockies, to their credit, have continued to stretch the lead out in the 8th and the 9th inning.
Our Verizon call to the bullpen, Rafael Betancourt. He'll face Parra, and then a pinch hitter, Sean Burrows, and then Willie Bloomquist here. Diamondbacks needing to load the bases to get the tying run up, trailing 8-4. Diamondbacks haven't had too many of these type games this year. They have been in almost every game they've played. But this has been a ball game tonight that had a 3-0 lead, and since then they've been outscored 8-1. Parra tonight has a couple of hits. He's 2 for 3.
He's had another good ball game, hadn't he?
Yep. He's looking for his 3rd hit of the night. Rafael Betancourt, 44th game for Betancourt, 2-0 with a 4.42 ERA.
And if you think this game has gone slow, you just wait till Rafael Betancourt takes over. He will slow things down. He'll pull a parachute and take his sweet time.
And he's 2-0 on Parra. Giants batting bottom of the 9th inning.
There's Sunday's starter, Micah Owings, with a
Micah
fresh
got a
haircut.
haircut, yeah. Micah's really pitched well for the Diamondbacks. And that's ball 3. Micah 14 games in relief. He'll be making his 3rd start. Parra trying to get on here to start things up and stir things up. I think Street is already up in the bullpen loosely, just in case. Not a same situation at the moment. Wow, he walked him on 4 pitches, and that'll drive Jim Tracy crazy.
Only 7 walks all year in 40 innings from Betancourt, but a 4-pitch walk since Parra to first base. That's the 3rd time he's been on base tonight. 2 base hits as well.
Now Sean Burrows to the plate. So Burrows pinch hitting. And there's a strike. Burrows as a pinch hitter this season for the D-backs. 26 at bats, 7 hits.
Well, the good news is it's gone final in the Bay Area, and the Milwaukee Brewers have done the Diamondbacks a favor. They've beaten the San Francisco Giants as Gerardo Parra takes off, but it's fouled off. They've beaten the Giants 4-2 up in San Francisco, so
won't lose any ground, but the Giants do lose.
That's a final.
Yeah. We beat them. Rockies stand to gain a game. They were 10 out at the start of the night. Gained not only on the Diamondbacks, but the Giants. That's a little high. Jim Tracy was talking before the ball game. He said, you know, we're 10 games back. We're in 3rd place. We trailed 2 teams. But until we get to the 500 mark, we can't really start talking about anything. 5 games below 500 as you see at the start of play tonight.
Well, the Diamondbacks talked a lot in May about trying to climb above Mount 500. And it was a long, hard climb, but they got there and they continued.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's about to go. There's the final.
Now, is it official?
It is officially
official.
Officially official.
What's the high water mark? 9 games over 500, right?
Is that what it is?
I believe it is. And another foul.
That one took a big bite out of the hand or wrist of Chris Iannetta.
Diamondbacks on June 24th wanted Detroit. They were 43-34, 9 games over 500. That was the first time they've gone 9 over 500 since May of 2008. So they've gone 9 over. I think it's gotten back to around 4 over. And then the Diamondbacks, it's kind of been fluctuating between 4 and 8, it seems like, here over the last month.
I think you're right. Yeah, they've been just kind of winning a couple, losing a couple, which you can live with that. Honestly, if the score stays the same here, Craig, they'll be 500 on this homestand.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think they'd feel fortunate to be 500 on this homestand the way they've played.
Yeah, they've just not been doing a lot of hitting.
They haven't
tonight.
Hit,
one
they
of the few
have
games.
Pitched.
Yeah.
Now they have pitched.
Tonight was one of the few hiccups for them.
Barry Enright got hit hard, and then tonight Daniel Hudson didn't have his best stuff.
Remember, the Diamondbacks won 19-10 in May. That made their 2-month record through April and May 30-25. Since then, they have gone 23-21 heading into tonight's game. And they're trailing tonight by 4 in the ninth. Another 2-2 to Burrows. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and there's one down.
Just a fastball up above the belt, right by Sean Burrows. No chance.
Well, the Diamondbacks had one big inning tonight. That was the second one. They got 3 runs and 4 hits. The rest of the night, over the next 7 1/3 innings, 1 run and 5 hits. The starter Hudson gave up 5. The bullpen's given up a couple. Willie Bloomquist 2 hits tonight, an RBI. Willie has been swinging a hot bat of late. He's hitting 11 of his last 12. Parra will finally get to second. He's been running and running and running. Burrows kept following him. He gets the old indifference call. So he's there with 1 out. Bloomquist a chance to pull the D-backs a little closer.
A couple more hits tonight for Willie.
An RBI. Looking for another RBI here. He's in the hole 0-2. The Rockies 2 outs away from winning their 48th of the year. A year ago at this time, Gracie, they were 51-48, and they were 8 games back in the West. Padres were leading a year ago at this time.
It went down to the final game of the season where the Giants beat the Padres. And the winner of that game, the Giants went on to win the final game of the season.
Well, you can win the last game of the of your season, but the one game you definitely want to win is the last and final game of the postseason.
That's exactly right. The final game of the baseball season. You're right.
Wheeling around this ballpark right now. We'll be celebrating in September, weekend of the 9th through the 11th.
10th anniversary.
10th anniversary of the 2001 World Champions. Race up the middle, base hit.
Thank goodness for David DeLucci pinch running for me.
You knew that too when you got on.
Yo, I started looking.
Yeah.
All right, who's it going to be? I know it ain't going to be me. Send somebody out here. I'm done.
And then Tony Womack, who came up big, beating the Cardinals in the NLDS with a game winner, came up with a huge double. 2-2 pitch from Mariano Rivera, scoring Midre Cummings. A lot of those 2001 world champs are going to be back in town. That'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Foul again by Bloomquist. Bloomquist back in the second inning. Delivered a triple that made it a 3-0 game as he scored Daniel Hudson all the way from first base. And boy, it looked like the Diamondbacks had Cook and the Rockies on the ropes at that time. But how things changed. Diamondbacks only one more run the rest of the night. Rockies have scored 8-4. D-backs down to their final 2 outs here. They drive down the right field line, but that's going to go foul. Well, Betancourt. Remember Claudio Vargas? He works slow. This guy works slower than Claudio.
He works very slow. And Willie Bloomquist has fouled off 47 straight pitches.
Claudio. I think he retired.
I think this year he announced his retirement, didn't he?
He was serviceable for the Diamondbacks.
He had a good, solid career.
Ooh, man.
Faceball.
Yeah, that gets your attention.
You're going to keep fouling pitches off me. I'm going to run one right by your whiskers.
I don't like when they bring them up that high, though.
Nobody does. Man. Get out of there, Willie. You got enough guys hurt.
Hudson uncharacteristically tonight hit back-to-back, or hit 2, back-to-back. Ellison Helton in the 7th inning. Floater foul again. I'll just keep making thrown pitches. Maybe tire him out so he can't pitch tomorrow. The on deck hitter is Roberts. Hey, we're ready for a pitch.
Finally. Probably another foul ball, yeah?
Let's count here. He gets the ball back. 1001.
Start count.
Already at 10.
He still hadn't even looked in yet. Still has not even looked in yet. Still hasn't looked in yet. Okay,
21.
That's his first look.
25. 29. Fowler in center. Has it 2 down.
That at-bat took 6 minutes and 12 seconds, we were told. That at-bat. He puts you in the four-corner offense, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Dean Smith would love Rafael Betancourt.
Here's Roberts now with 2 outs in the ninth. Rockies an out away from a win. Well, this is one the Diamondbacks felt pretty good about coming in with Hudson on the mound. But Hudson is in line for his first loss since May 12th at San Francisco. Roberts takes high and outside, ball 1. 7 wins and 5 no decisions. Last 12 games for Hudson. But he's on the line for this one. The 1-0 pitch to Roberts. That's a strike. Hudson in his previous 31 games with Arizona, 7+ innings in 19 of those games, Gracie, with 3 or fewer runs. Those fans are
Fabulous.
still
Yeah, they're still squawking. They're out in the left field bleachers.
1-1 pitch to Roberts, and they foul back, and now the Rockies a strike away from a win. Again, we'll be at you tomorrow night, a little after 5, first pitch here. We're not going anywhere after this one's over. We're going to be here a while, talking about it, dissecting it,
breaking it down.
Yeah. Jody and Joe standing by. Diamondbacks with a loss will go to 14-16 in their division. And this one's over, and put it in the win column for the Rockies tonight. And they scored 8 over the final 7 innings of this ball game, erasing a 3-0 Diamondback lead. And they've got a victory here tonight by a final count of 8-4. So, again, don't go anywhere. They're just starting up here at Chase Field. All the talk about this one coming up right next on the Diamondbacks Network.